Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1. Okay, let me get this. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Okay, hold on once. You tell me here. Testing 1. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. Right there. Okay. Testing 1, 2. How do I turn down return audio? Oh, I got me there. No, I got it. Hold on. Oh, good. I can make that equal. Testing. I think this is going to be good. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I know. But you know what? I don't think I needed it. I swear to God. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Sorry, I'm sorry to keep doing that. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm just looking at my levels. You know what? When I realized how rock solid I was here, I paid, during COVID, I paid for this special coverage and this special internet with a fixed IP and all that. When I went online, it said it could support, Lucy said, it's made for this.
Job. Join me at 4.
Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Okay, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. I hope everything's going well. And it'll be interesting to check this out because I am doing a little something different today. I got ticked off at some other equipment.
This is the Troubleshooter.
Doing wrong here.
Now, Tom Martino.
Okay, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. I hope everything's going well. And it'll be interesting to check this out because I am doing a little something different today. I got
Don't know.
Okay.
This is the Troubleshooter.
Doing wrong here. Okay. Oh God.
Then we're good now.
Okay. What happened?
It was from one of the computers in here.
Okay, so it wasn't me. Thank God. I thought I was going crazy, and I was waiting for you to say Joe Biden. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, now, let's do what we can do to help you. All you have to do is call 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. And I want to tell you that I am here with something new. Like I said, I wanted to check out my sound quality because I believe it's going to be better at this time. So what we're going to do is start taking your calls, and you let me know. I just got so tired of that other unit I was using and people saying it sounded robotic. So I want you to weigh in, especially my YouTube morons. They love weighing in on how I sound. So please do it. Let me know what you think, and then I will just take your lead. 303-713-8255. Shannon at the controls. I want to say something about health insurance. Now, I know it's been in the news lately, and we have been talking a lot about, let me just X that out. Okay, we've been talking a lot about health insurance, and because this guy was killed, and people said, you know, there might be a reason for this, and they're all speculating that maybe this guy that did the killing was turned down on an important insurance claim, or one of his people and someone died. I don't think anyone knows at this point. And obviously, my God in heaven, no one wants to see anyone take violence into their own hands. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that someone killed someone and we revel over it, okay? Now, I will say I have been guilty in the past of talking about health insurance. And I've actually said they are evil. I said they're the most evil bastards, and it's a complete industry founded on evil. Now, obviously, I feel that way about the industry. And I know that people have never put that together with me, or I'm not thinking I had to reach in New York to this guy heard me. But what I'm saying is this. I hate health insurance. I hate the people in health insurance, not them personally, but what they do. And there's a reason for it. Now, again, I'm not advocating violence, but health insurance has to change. And so many times we talk about health insurance, and let me explain this to you, because I don't think people understand how health insurance was started. And in the beginning, it was one of the best things we could have, because someone got the idea, if we pooled our resources, not everyone is going to get sick at the same time. So we pool our resources, and it's available to those who get sick. And because you've pooled your money with everyone else's, you also have the privilege of being helped when you get sick. The original plans had no profit built in. None. No profit built in. So, it was called a sickness fund or an accident fund. This was, when do you think it happened? In the 1900s. So, workers put all their money in a pool, and when someone got sick, they used it to help someone. And because in those days, I guess, people didn't cheat, so they didn't say I had surgery when they didn't. And people their bills were paid. In the early 20th century, listen to this, then hospitals started doing that, saying, you know what? Baylor was the first one. Baylor University in 1929 started collecting funds from people, from the community. And when they pooled money, they got in exchange a certain number of days in the hospital, depending on what they paid in. And that became Blue Cross. Again, this was wonderful. You're going to learn something here, because this is where it becomes evil. I'm going to tell you as we go on. Physicians started doing the same thing, and that's where the hospitals and physicians got together and became Blue Shield. Blue Cross and Blue Shield. That's when hospitals and doctors got together. Blue Cross with hospitals, Blue Shield doctors. Did you know that? Now, here's the next thing. Kaiser was a shipbuilder, and he wanted to provide for his employees. And he didn't want them paying other people. He says, I can do it more efficiently, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my own hospital, and I'm going to hire my own doctors, and then I'm going to have my workers pay in to a nonprofit system actually he paid for them, but it was a benefit, okay? They were really paying because it was part of their compensation. So he said, I'm going to pay into this fund for them, or they're paying into it from their own money, however you want to look at that. And they have the privilege to go to our doctors and our facilities, and it's nonprofit. That was Kaiser. Remember, in the beginning, no profits. So when you had aggregated funds, like the what they call the sickness fund, and somebody got sick, everyone thought, who administered the fund, okay, that man needs some money, or that woman needs some money. They're sick. But there was no one, a CEO or a CFO or a COO, saying, wait a minute, how do we know we're not paying too much? And if we pay this guy, what's that going to do to our bonus or our profit? Or worse, our stockholders. There was no one there doing that because it was nonprofit. All they cared about, aggregation of funds. They wanted those funds to last, and they wanted it to take care of people. There were no stockholders. There were no greedy CEOs and CFOs looking for multi-million-dollar bonuses. That's the system. That's the way it was supposed to work. Then Kaiser started the idea of group. He was the first PPO, so to speak. You went to his preferred provider organization. He started that. Then what happened was the IRS started giving tax incentives to employers who had plans. But then something happened in the 50s or into the early 60s, and then it went into 70s. Something where it started being evil. They said, let's start a company and make a profit. Now, profit's not evil, except I swear to God, it's contrary to the concept of insurance. I've always said that. I believe in capitalism, profit, incentive. Now remember, in nonprofit insurance models, everyone that worked there got paid. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about after getting paid for administering, that bundle of money left for stockholders, you didn't have to worry about. But then managed care came in, profit incentive. So then you had companies where they wanted to make a profit. So now they had everyone pooling their money, okay? But instead of just paying the bills for people, you had fat cats wondering, how much am I going to have left at the end of the year for me and my stockholders and for my bonuses? So now the picture changed a little. It wasn't 100% focused on wellness. It had a split focus. Yeah, we'll do wellness, but only to a certain extent. The rest will go to profits and stockholders. You see? That's when deny, defend, all of that came in. Okay? Delay, deny, defend. Delaying just a few days, you make more money on the money. Denying, you don't pay it at all. Defending, it's sometimes cheaper to go to court than to pay it. That's where that came from. And then this managed care concept. Is Deputy Doc there?
I'm here, Tom.
Deputy Doc. So managed care came in, and people like you had to hire full-time people just to administer the health insurance. It was so complicated. So
Yeah, I had one woman in my office who did nothing all week except insurance claims.
now, here's the thing. Managed care said to Deputy Doc, you know, Deputy Doc, you're making this much for a C-section. We're not paying that anymore. That's too much. We're only going to pay you this much, but we'll send you a lot of customers, clients, patients. But this is all we're going to pay. So people were upset with rising healthcare costs. Now, Doc had to raise his money, had to raise his fees to take care of his full-time insurance people. And then he had to pay his bills, but the cesarean didn't pay us as much as it used to. And then as you went on, Doc and other doctors, they couldn't just say, here's what we're going to charge. Well, they could, but insurance companies would come in and say, well, that's maybe what you're going to charge if someone walks off the street, but no, we're paying less than that, way less than that. So doctors and providers started playing games. They started raising prices so they can net more money. And prices started going up, but it wasn't people thought greedy doctors, because doctors are educated, highfalutin, greedy doctors. But I saw a study one time where a doctor who was doing deliveries of babies got paid no more under managed care than he did 20 years before that. I mean, it was incredibly stupid. Now, so here's what happened. I'm gonna liken it really quickly to organized crime. In New York City, when immigrants came to New York and couldn't make a living, some of them took matters into their own hands, and they said, hey, Mr. Restaurateur, or Mr. Clothing Store, or Mr. Car Dealer, you need to start paying for protection, or for this, or you need to start using our laundry service, or you need to start doing this. And the businesses would say, what am I paying for protection for? Who are you protecting me from? From us. They inserted themselves in businesses that were getting along fine without them. So organized crime came, and so you had the business, and you had their expense structure. Organized crime added that just because they wanted to make money and did nothing at all, nothing. And now these restaurants and these businesses had to raise their prices because of organized crime. Well, insurance has become that. Insurance inserted themselves, and they didn't just insert themselves to make it more efficient and to make the premiums go farther. They inserted themselves to take that money as profit and for their stockholders and themselves, and do some of the other money for health care. That's what they did. It served no purpose whatsoever what they did. It was being aggregated and paid for before them. The sickness funds, Kaiser, all the rest were working fine without the greedy a-holes who inserted themselves and said, now you're going to pay more. It would be different if you were paying more for more service and better care, but you're not. It's just the opposite. The reason you pay more now for health care is for one reason, for health insurance companies. I know you don't believe this, but I swear to God, the actual cost of stuff did not go up because the stuff, they were greedy. It was to fight insurance. That's what it was for. So insurance, in my opinion, no, people don't deserve to die and be shot, but it is organized criminal activity that we don't call criminal activity. We call it profit, but it's at the expense of healthcare. They call things experimental that are not experimental. They said for years to women, oh, if you got your breasts lopped off, you don't need to have any new breasts put on. That's just cosmetic, And fighting has changed some of this, but it's still an immoral, disgusting business. And health insurance specifically is predicated on making profit at the expense of providing health care. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
Thank you.
Investors trying to make sense
Hey, quick to these two.
out of the craziness. Listen to The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels right here on KHOW, Sundays at 9 a.m. Tune in for Kenny's insights and The Gold Show this Sunday at 9 a.m.
Now, I have two companies that I love that'll give you prices without coming to the home. Let's talk about them. DiscountBath.com. Go to the website, fill out some information. They send you a link, and then you send them some cell phone video of your hallway bath you want to redo, or maybe the Jack and Jill bath, or maybe the kitchen, the bath off the kitchen, or, downstairs in the basement where they roughed it in, or the master bedroom, whatever you want. Take a video, and they'll send you a price, along with a list of materials and everything else. DiscountBath.com. Love them. Now, the Art of Granite does the same thing, except you call them and say, hey, Art, well, his name's not Art. It's Mitch Floria, the Art of Granite. They do granite, natural stone, man-made materials, all of it. Wholesale for all materials, tear out and haul away's free. So you say to Mitch, hey, Mitch, what's the price on this project? He'll give you a price on the phone. theartofgranite.com. And here's the number there, 303-386-5919. Get your price, 303-386-5919.
Thank you.
So everything technically sounds okay.
Yep.
Absolutely the worst on the planet.
I think it sounds better than the Comrex.
Really?
Okay.
They told us the check is approved.
That's what I think.
Yay.
Well, the customer needs their car back. Yeah, well, I need a check. You know,
And
we're gonna,
with me, the insurance company said 90 days.
yeah.
Now
Pay
the
my
real
bill.
thing will come on the.
So when I was, the only time it was good was when I retired.
Phone call.
Take your
Because
time.
then for the
Yeah,
next 3 or
true,
4 months,
true.
I would go to the mailbox and get checks. And
That's
I wasn't working, but I would get checks.
Yeah, anytime the insurance gets involved, they just muck it up. They do. The other thing they do to us is they want to send adjusters. I know you go through that with the warranties too, Jeff, but
What's that?
sending out adjusters.
Yeah, I got one coming today.
Well, we got one coming on 3 of them. We just don't know when he's going to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took 3 days to get it. It used to be 24 to 48 hours.
Yep.
Now,
Now
it's
it could
on
be
72.
It could be up to a week. or
Mhm.
something.
And CNA lately has been just a pain in the butt.
Because we had one possible head gasket, possible cracked head, yada, yada, yada. Get authorization, tear down, customer approved, tear down, and it's got a hole in the head. I mean, a defect in the exhaust port of all places. I couldn't see it, but machine shop found it. So waited for the adjuster about a week.
So there's something in the basement that makes you sniffle?
Oh, shut up.
It's like, well,
I
need
did.
Well,
the head leak.
I wondered.
No, I am. I'm sniffling. It's cocaine.
I need to see the head leaking.
Well, it could be just being elderly.
What do you
Did you
think?
use that word with me, you bastard? And by the way,
I said it's at the machine shop. They're not gonna sit there with that on their-
Hey, I just got over 2 weeks of producing a gallon of snot a day.
Yeah, I was pissed. I threw the guy out. I just told the customer, I said, it's your call. I said, but you need an engine because of the water in the crane.
no more robotic sound.
Yay.
And it's a known problem with Fords. They're developing casting problems in the heads
I need feedback, YouTubers. You bastards.
inside the exhaust chamber. You know, inside the head, just like a little valley right there. Pressure it up, starts bubbling. It was really hard to see from like a scope where it was coming from.
All right.
But now that's going to be a jack around for the next 2-3 weeks, and we got the motor tore down in the box. They're saying we're being uncooperative.
Really?
Yeah. Because the inspectors won't set appointments. They won't tell you I'll be here 2 o'clock on Thursday. They won't do that.
Okay. Is the echo on YouTube or on the air? That's what I need to know from the YouTubers. If it's on, I can see that. There's an echo there. So, let me see.
1, 2, testing. 1. 1. So I need to know there's an echo right now. I just tried to adjust something. So tell me now, is there on YouTube? On YouTube, okay. It's worse right now. Is that right?
Listen to me now while I tell you later.
Talk station 630 KHOW.
Yes, this is Mr. Barnes here in Aurora. I need I need to go to the grocery store. I don't have any transportation today. I can't. I'm visually impaired. I used it yesterday, Accessoride, but I got back too late. I couldn't call to go today. Yes. My son's girlfriend's car has got into an accident, so she can't drive or use it. She did ride the bus yesterday. She got some tea or something, but
okay.
That's about it.
All right. Here's the deal. I need to ask you something. Okay. On the
yes.
On the ride, is it just today you need it? This is not going to be a continuing problem, right?
No.
So just today, right now, is when you need the ride.
Ride or somebody to go for me.
Okay.
Or bring a laptop and order online.
Okay.
This little phone doesn't do that.
All right. And have you ever ordered online before through someone else? Do you have an account set up? You don't have an account set up?
No.
What do you need?
No.
What do you need today, Stephen?
Milk, tea. I mean, not tea bags, but like Arnold Palmer jug of tea.
Okay. Where do you live?
Cereal.
Don't give me your exact address, but where do you live? What part of town?
Aurora.
And do you order from King's? Do you go to King Supers?
Well, yeah, I haven't personally been for several years. My son and his girlfriend have been going for me, but my son passed away.
Oh my God!
So,
when did your son pass away?
Yeah, September 2nd of kidney and liver disease. He was only 43.
So, Stephen, here's what I need to know: if we manage somehow to get you groceries today, what are you going to do the next time you need them? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, what's
probably be able to call Accessoride, go again,
Okay, so you think that, but you can't do but you didn't call Accessoride in time for today, right?
Yes, that's right. I used it yesterday. I went to my credit union way over there on the other side of town, but I went to the UC Health doctor's appointment Wednesday, so over here, and they took me over there and brought me back, and you ride one of those buses and you bounce around all over town.
All right, so I want to arrange this for today for you. So anybody have any suggestions, guys, in the studio? I think I could go online and order stuff for you, but see, I don't know what you need. So you need someone to probably sit with you or something. I'm trying to figure out, anybody have any ideas how we can get this done?
Yeah, I have a perfect solution.
What's that, Doc?
I'll do it after the show.
Okay. Sir, you can pick them up and take them to King's?
Or else I'll talk to him and I'll pick up the stuff at King's and drop it off at his house.
Doc,
either way.
Doc, thank you so much. I promise you, I wanted to get this done. I was trying to figure out how I could do that, being on the air and stuff. And after the show, I have another appointment. But
no, I'll do it. I'll do it, Tom. No problem.
No, Doc, thank you. Hey, listen, Stephen, we're gonna have Deputy Doc wants to help out. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm going to leave you in his hands. Kachina's going to get some information from you, okay? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, waterpros.net, the best water systems, year-end prices. You'll never get prices like this, $31.95, $3,195 for both a whole house water softening system and reverse osmosis drinking water. You will never touch this price. I'm telling you, you won't. Plumbers will charge $12,000 and more for not even a good system like this. Waterpros.net, not too good to be true. 303-862-5554.
Thank you.
So, morons.
This hour from the Trajan
I am
not on
listening.
YouTube
I am
yet.
reading
Oh,
your
are
feedback.
you on YouTube?
Thank you.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local
I am
fiduciary
reading your
advisors.
feedback. I'm trying to do whatever I
TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Yeah, we're still in pretty good shape out here. Really no major mishaps. A lot of slowing on the E470 toll highway north of Pena, both directions in there. And at 270 continues to jam a little bit west up through Vasquez. Both directions maybe a little crowded coming out of the Commerce City area. Southbound 25 into downtown's been sluggish, along with 225 around the Spillway area. Looks like 285 coming into Inglewood, a little bit of slowing for you. No rock scaling today, so no closure on I-70. US 6 west of Golden, though. Slowdowns with road work. There's your drive.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Hunter Biden pardoned. We predicted it 1 year ago that Joe Biden would pardon his son in December. That's exactly what happened.
Plus, Kash Patel as FBI director. What does it mean?
We break it down. Download Verdict with Ted Cruz wherever you get your podcasts.
The Art of Granite, I can't say it enough. They will give you a price on the phone right now if you call them. They do granite, quartz, quartzite, marble, any natural stone or any composite stone or man-made material you can get. Tear Out and Haul Away has always been free, and there is always wholesale on all countertop materials. You know, you can even get free countertop materials if you get it out of their remnant yard. They have some pieces big enough to do an island or a small counter, bar, inserts, whatever you need. Theartofgranite.com. Get your price right now, 303-386-5919.
Thank you.
As long as it took to get this other stuff, I'm just going to buy a damn mirror and put it on.
It's not good because
All right, now.
he called me and told me that he should be on the lock.
All right.
I'm trying to work through this, but I think
we can hear that.
Shannon, is Lucy,
yes, sir.
Tell me from your perspective for the broadcast, not YouTube or anything. Is this, what I'm doing today, identical to what you've had in the past, or do you notice a difference?
No, it seems okay. I wonder what the actual audio codec is.
I tell you what it is. It's G722.
That's too bad.
What that's? Do you want to know more? I can.
Yeah, I'd love it if it was much higher.
Going to be in today.
Okay. So you don't like the G thing?
.722. Nope.
Okay.
Wait,
I can see. I don't know if Lucy Light's capable of doing more. Let me see.
G.Dot was almost the technology that we were using when I was doing live shows. No.
Oh.
With Buchanan.
I think he's talking about.
Who was the host?
I know it's old, but it's kind of true. Hold on, let me just check and see. Let me just check and see if I can do higher.
I can't remember that guy that worked with Reagan, Buchanan.
I'd have to. No, it was. I know who you mean. It's. What the hell was his name?
Because that was the connection we used to use for his show. But and it was cutting edge back then. But
I might have to upgrade Lucy Live. I have light.
Oh, you have light? Okay.
I'll buy the other one. I mean, it's so much cheaper than this thousands of dollars I had in this piece of crap.
I'm sorry that it turned out that way for you because it really is. For what I do, it is top of the line.
Yeah, but
I set up a 50.
Go ahead.
I set up 50,000 watt radio stations in a parking lot for a living. You are coddled in Satan's taint over there.
Okay. I can get AAC or Opus.
Opus is good. That's kind of the communication that it uses here. That's still like an MP3. ACC is pretty good. That's an Apple-based codec that's very high quality.
I'm going to upgrade to the full version later then.
I'm sorry to do it to you.
Oh, it's not a lot of money compared to what I had. Look,
I know.
I just want to make sure. Here's what I like about Lucy. I can literally mix me and the return differently. Before I couldn't do that with this other Comrex. You fed me and I couldn't mix them. There was a reason. I can't explain it now, but there's a reason with the Rode I couldn't do that.
Well, if I keep doing this for years, maybe I'll buy that NX off of you.
If you need it and you want it, you don't have to buy shit.
Hey, I hate to do it to you. Get back to the show a little. Since Kelly is on some sort of fucking methamphetamine suppository,
yeah.
What are we doing with the first caller? What are we doing with the guy who needs a ride?
Doc's taking care of him, so we're done. Oh wait, we have to get his name
Yeah,
and number.
just-
Obviously for Doc.
Yeah, just get his name and number, and I'll take care of it.
You got it. Thank you, brother.
All
and
right.
Kelly is yet to delete Jim from line 2, though he hung up 10 minutes ago.
Oh, so we don't have anybody there. Okay.
I don't know. Do you have like 20 Solopause fucking stickers on your body? What are you doing?
Friggin' Noah about the issues we're having in here with my port.
Don't say we're having. Don't say we're having. You are the issue. But I digress. You're otherwise a very lovely person.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, that's about all I have left. Actually, what I said to her earlier, and hopefully the guys get this, I said, you're like a 1991 Jaguar. You're so fucking high maintenance.
But great to look at.
Yep. Oh, yeah, easy on the eyes, but usually stuck on the side of the road. The best.
You guys can all kiss my ass. Seriously.
Well, it's big enough.
Hey, Kelly, I was nice to you. I said you were good to look at.
Yeah. You fill up my senses. Mostly my... Okay.
630 KHOW.
An iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. So, here's the deal. We have... Is Stephen on? Oh, wait. Stephen is going to get help from Deputy Doc. We have open lines at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let me get I'll get my cam up from my peeps in the studio. Today is car day, guys, so we are going to talk cars and problems and questions and complaints. So who do we have in the studio for cars? You didn't put anything up there, Kachina, to let me know. So what's going on with Kachina? Okay, I have that. I'm gonna activate them.
We have both our experts in, Tom.
Yeah, just
we
the
have
usual.
Kevin and Jeff
All right.
making an appearance.
All right. So, guys, anything new with cars or anything of the sort? Anything you can shed light on for us?
No, pretty much the same. You know, we're just pretty steady and just moving on. Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
parts
here-
still are a problem. You know, they never
No,
stop.
but when you say parts are a problem, not a lot of parts, right? I mean, what are we talking about when we say
Well,
parts?
it's still a challenge sometimes because inventory's spread out across town, so you try to get
spread out across the country.
Across the country. So if you need more than 4 or 5 parts for one job, you may wait a day, a week. You know, it's hard to tell.
Okay, so basically, you're saying that it depends on the part. I mean, that's really
Yep,
what we're saying.
exactly.
Okay. And I have you up, and I'm going to just move you over so you don't get in my face. And there are the pretty faces. And, okay, Kevin, I often talk about, and this is important, because I talk about you guys servicing cars while they're under warranty. And so, in other words, you have a new car, and you think for everything you have to go back to the dealer until the warranty expires. But
That's not right. Yeah.
That's not the case.
No, not at all. No, as long as you keep everything documented, you don't void your warranties. You use the proper filters, proper oils, everything. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so in essence then, if you have a car, it's a new car, somebody's under warranty, and they are taking it to you.
Sure.
How do you distinguish what should be done under the warranty and what you can do for them?
Well, anything that's covered by warranty will refer them back to the dealer. Obviously the fluid changes or not, but if there's any repair, we'll give them the option. It's a $50 repair. You can go to the dealer and get it done, or we'll take care of it right now. So either way.
Okay. And do you have a lot of people who turn to you instead of dealers for that?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we're just more convenient, especially for the quick services. You don't have to leave your car for a day or two and, things of that sort.
All right. And Jeff, I have a text here, speaking of warranties. Let me find it. And what they want to know is, if the dealer tells them there is no problem, and they're afraid there is with the transmission, it's still under warranty, and they're convinced. And by the way, I don't believe this, and I'm not convinced that people do this, I'm not convinced that people, dealers, are incentivized by turning down warranty work. So I don't believe it. Right, guys? Don't they get paid from the factory? They don't care, right?
Sure they do, yeah.
Right. So they have no reason to want you to delay until the warranty runs out, right?
None whatsoever.
Okay. But let's just play with that, since they believe that. And they want to know, I believe I have a problem. They say I don't. Jeff, have you ever taken a look at a car that a dealer says doesn't have a problem to help them verify there is a problem?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's not the most common call we get, but it does come across our
well,
our
obviously,
desk.
they'll have to pay for that. It's not like they can just, you're going to
Well, sure.
take an hour. Okay, so when you get a diagnostic that you're sure of, or relatively sure, and the dealer said there was nothing wrong with it, do you call the dealer directly, or do you give that to the consumer to
I
take?
generally document it on the repair order for the customer, and then they hand that off to the dealership. If they have any questions, then obviously they can give me a call.
Have you had, this is what I want to know, have you had dealers call you about it and say, we can't find what you're talking about?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you can work with dealers on problems that you see. And Kevin, I imagine the same thing. You can too.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with the electrical. Some of it could be intermittent, and they can't see it, and, we just get lucky and find it, and, they'll take it back. Most of them are pretty easy to work with once they get the issue figured out.
All right. Now, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have more coming up. If you have any problems, questions, or complaints, please give us a call. And 888heating.com will do a high-efficiency replacement of your older furnace or air conditioner, or both. Of course, it's best. If you're going to do high-efficiency, get the whole system. But they can save you 30 to 40% a month on your bills. If you think about that, it'll pay for itself in no time, especially if it's older anyway. They promise to have the best prices for the same equipment anywhere. 888heating.com, 303-770-2776.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Yeah, not too bad on the drive out here. There's a crash up north. It may be the second one we've had this morning at 112th and Federal for folks coming through westbound.
No.
Delay. E470 right now looks pretty good in between I-76 and I-70, and particularly around Pena. Pena is wide open to and from the airport for us. At 270, a little slow west up to Vasquez. I-25 south coming into downtown. But for the most part, it's wide open spaces out here. I-25 coming up out of the tech center from E470 north to Colfax right at 15 minutes. That's your drive.
Lowe's knows how to save you time and money. Order what you need by 2 p.m. to get it delivered same day. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
If you're looking for a way to invest money, there are, of course, risky ways, not risky ways. There are also guaranteed ways, like, for example, if you want to do a fixed indexed annuity, Joe Chiano and his team are happy to talk to you about that. You trade a little liquidity and upside for a very guaranteed, secure, growing product where you ratchet up and can never lose principal or what you've gained. You also can turn that on for income later on in life. It's called a fixed indexed annuity, and I really trust Joe at mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600. It's definitely an option to explore. Another option to explore for getting a return on your investment is Vestera Turnkey. In fact, tomorrow is the webinar, Vestera Turnkey. The website to sign up for that webinar is mybiggestrureturn.com. What they do is they help you become a landlord through their rock-solid system. They identify properties that have upside potential, great rentals. They hook you up with management without the traditional risks and hassles. Find out more tomorrow, okay? Go to mybiggestreturn.com.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to do some experimenting here on something.
Hey, Tom?
Yes. Yes.
One of the news bullet casing from that shooting.
Yeah.
There was denied, defend, and delay on the casings.
I know.
And it's from a book.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing.
Now,
I got to get rid of this echo.
The other thing, Tom.
Yeah.
Is tomorrow. Now, I don't believe in prayer, but I think everybody tomorrow should take a couple of seconds out of their life and just think about the sacrifice that was made by the 3,000 people that got killed in 1941 on December 7th.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That is what was that? The invasion.
That was a day that shall live in infamy.
That's
Pearl Harbor Day.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta boost my audio here. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. They say I'm low. I've never been accused of being low, but then I raise it.
No, they're talking about your IQ, Tom, not the volume.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, folks. Am I know why I'm getting an echo. I know it's coming through. Oh, that's why. How the hell do I stop that? Hold on.
I just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2. Am I hot or am I good?
You're all right.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Why am I hearing an echo? That's your monitor in the studio, right?
It could be. You want me to turn it off?
Just for a minute.
It's just really weird. Testing. I'm getting bleed through from this system, so I got to find a different audio source for Lucy. Let me just figure that out. This is good experimenting live on the air. I mean, who else does that? No one, because they care more. Just kidding. So I am there. Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm getting.
You think they're gonna quit that Marine? Or
There's an echo, but only only during breaks. I don't give a shit about that. When you're okay, I get it. So there's an echo when I'm off the air. I know. Why would that happen for YouTube? An echo off the air, guys, when I'm on break. Shannon.
I guess just you hearing you like you are right now.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Shut up.
Does that make sense?
Good
morning,
go get one of those
Trouble.
play
Hang
school
on.
things that light with the little light up buttons and put it on next to his computer and see if we can-
Sometimes it's on, sometimes they're off.
Stop that,
Shannon.
They say it's
Why
gone
is it
now.
gone
So
now?
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to
do?
get
I'm
that
gonna get
Lucy
that
with
Lucy
the. Do you think seriously with the G.722 and stuff would that change if I went up?
Oh, you would just sound better if you didn't have G dot. That's all.
But I would have the same echo if I have an echo.
Oh yeah. All the rest of the other problems,
turn that
but you
monitor
would
off,
sound better.
Asshole.
I gotta hear your. For some reason, I've thrown my life away, and I have to hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But hang on, let's do the show again. Hang on.
Denver's talk station.
Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Troy wants to talk about gun buying. Now, I'm not sure, Troy, did you call in before? I know we've had a few calls from time to time about gun buying. Did you call earlier?
Yeah, so on gun buying, there's really three parts to the
But let me ask, did you call
process.
about this before? Was it your gun buying experience,
Uh,
or are you a dealer?
I'm an FFL.
Okay, talk about it then. Here's what we had, and then you can call in with whatever you want. But originally, we had this dilemma where people would go in and do the background check. They'd put a deposit down on a gun, do a background check. If they failed the background check, they didn't get their deposit back. And I thought, well, that's not right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when you purchase a firearm, the customer walks in the store, they look at the firearms that are typically on display, and they select a firearm. So the next step is the dealer starts the form. It's the ATF 4473. So on that 4473, the dealer puts down the serial number of the firearm that's being purchased. So you've committed to that firearm, and then you answer all the questions on the 4473. Some of them are you a felon? Are you an illegal drug user? So you have to answer these questions honestly. And if you fail to answer these questions honestly, you've committed a felony. That's exactly what happened to Hunter Biden. So after you've done your part of the 4473, then the dealer takes your information, and then they initiate the background check. So if the background check comes back denied, then they cannot proceed with the sale. So, it's not a deposit. You've initiated the purchase. You paid the money. Now the challenge is the dealer can't transfer the firearm to you because you failed the background check.
Okay, but can you get your money back?
It's going to be up to the dealers.
To me,
and
it seems
I agree
like
with you that
you should be able
dealer,
to get your money back.
Yeah. So if the dealer says no, you can't have any of your money back, and we're going to sell a gun for you, well, it's not your gun. You weren't able to receive that gun. So to me, it would be some of these big box stores. You're taking up half an hour to 45 minutes of that salesperson's time. So some of them, it seems fair that they charge you, maybe the 10-15% that they would get on the sale anyway, just as an inconvenience fee, because when you fill out that form, you're answering the questions, and the reason that you most likely failed the background check
is you lied.
Is because of one of the answers. Yeah, you lied on the form, and that's a felony. So the dealer is also obligated to notify the police department.
Do they?
I think the most honest ones will.
Here's what I want to know. Why do people usually fail?
Sometimes they've got a domestic violence case. Is one that will catch them.
Okay, in other words, if they were arrested for domestic violence, and does the adjudication of that matter? If it was not guilty, or dismissed or discharged?
Yeah, it's a matter of whether the database
have you been convicted,
updated.
or do they ask if you've been arrested?
Conviction.
Okay, so
if there's a denial, then the buyer has the right to call the CBI, and so they can protest the denial.
Okay. What percentage do you have of people
my
fail?
volume is really low.
Okay.
So I'm a small dealer.
All right.
And I am very selective with who I deal with.
All right, thank you very much for the call. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
He's got ancient freaking phone tech.
That should be fun in the dock.
Bye.
I still say it's safer to let the blind guy drive.
Not that tea bags.
I called him.
God, she just called twice, or he just called twice.
Let me try him again.
720.
Hello.
Hello.
YouTube morons. Did anyone listen on the air? I just want to. I want to narrow this down since I'm not touching a thing.
Oh my God.
Is YouTube?
He's like freaking
I need
out.
to know if YouTube has the echo only or is it on air? That's what I need to know. And
Good
Shannon,
morning.
you shut
Thanks
up.
so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can
I
I help
want
you?
you happy, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm trying to just figure this mess out because
I know that. I know what's going on.
I have rock solid broadband here.
Okay. I'm only getting about every third word. I don't know if I'm on Bluetooth or speakerphone, but I can't understand you. Ah.
By
Okay.
the way,
yes.
just try to only during breaks.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Like amazing.
So when I'm on
All
the
right.
air, JT or J Talons, JT Owens, when I'm on the air,
Honda Odyssey.
whether it's on the radio or on YouTube, when I'm on, you're not hearing an echo. You only hear it during breaks. Okay, good. Top secret. Top secret. Do you mean on KHOW air, right? There's no echo? I want to know this.
Hey,
You know
Tom,
that
I hear it too. I think
What
it's
is
just you
the
hearing
hearing
you through
me?
this monitor.
It's a Honda Odyssey.
Then turn it
What do you
off.
hear?
F you in the a-hole. I have to hear you blather about shit so I know when to. I guess, you know what? Fuck it. We won't listen to you.
Okay.
No,
we
no,
have
just
It's
turn it
car
down a
day,
little.
So we have
Just
a
a
couple
little.
car experts.
I'm just asking to turn it down a little. Not, you have it blasting, you
Do
asshole.
I even need to feed him anything? No. I'll just
All
do
right,
this.
and it's a problem with the sliding door.
Okay, so off-air mix has an echo on YouTube. Thank you, Talib. Geez, that puzzles me even more now. Off-air does. So when we're off the air like now, the return. Okay, wait a minute. So it's the return audio that has the echo. And is it me or is it the guys in the studio? Oh, now Shannon's giving me a silent treatment, asshole. That's cool. Okay. All right. I'm narrowing it down. So we narrowed it down to an echo on YouTube during breaks. Okay, you don't hear it right now, but when I talk, hello, 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 top secret. Do you hear me echoing now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we were hearing an echo. It's not. Okay. Turn on the station return audio. Shannon. I think Shannon's speaker was causing the echo. That's what I think. So there, you a-holes. Don't blame me. Okay, Shannon. God damn him. He's ignoring me. Shannon. I'm going to kick his ass. 'Cause. 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 'Cause.
campus is focused on Ribelsis, the pill form of Ozempic. Researchers say those taking the drug are reporting less desire to drink overall and a tendency to stop after 1 or 2 drinks. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Yeah, not too bad on the drive out here. There's a crash up north. It may be.
Sorry about that. I definitely took you out of queue. I'm hearing you on YouTube now. But yeah, you fucking retard. It was the speaker in here.
Delay.
Good.
E470 right now looks pretty good in between I-76 and I-70, and particularly around Pena. Pena is wide open to and from the airport for us. At 270, a little slow west up through Vasquez. I-25 south coming into downtown, but for the most part, it's wide open spaces out here. I-25 coming up out of the tech center from E470 north to Colfax, right at 15 minutes. That's your drive.
Once upon a time, I was in an exclusive cult run by powerful elites. That cult was Hollywood. I escaped and created Red Pilled America, a storytelling show that tells the stories Tinseltown ignores. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app.
Winter is upon us, which means shorter days and slippery sidewalks. But you don't have to run or walk in the dark. Don't let bad weather stop you from reaching your fitness goals. That's where Fitness Gallery can help. We believe there's nothing more important than your health. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, we have the nation's lowest prices on the best equipment money can buy. Stop by one of our 7 convenient locations or go to fitnessgallery.com.
If you're looking for quality service, products, and plum crazy deals, think Plumline Services and Carrier. Whether staying warm this winter, clearing drains, or other plumbing and electrical issues, depend on Plumline's leadership and excellence in home services, together with quality brands like Carrier. Serving Castle Rock to Fort Collins, Plumline and Carrier. Turn to the experts. Service at home, servants at heart, 25 years strong, plumlineservices.com.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
We've become so much more than a fixed frequency from a radio tower.
Take your radio with you. 630 KHOW is now available on multiple platforms and thousands of devices.
Listen to Denver's talk station from anywhere.
A stream online
at KHOW.com. It's the Dan Kapla Show.
Afternoons 4 to 6.
The latest on the CEO assassin who clearly wants to be identified. We're expecting the Daniel Penny verdict Friday. Pray for an acquittal. And a Democrat Colorado state senator losing funding for her staff because she makes them do chores around her house. How does she still have a job? Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Hey, what's on your mind today? How can we help you? I ask it every single day. Frank Duran, the real estate man, can help you by giving you a market valuation of your home before you list. If you want to know what will my house sell for, what can I net, what can I buy, if you want to know everything about your house, the neighborhood, the comps, he does that all free. You don't have to list. Most real estate people, they sit down, they want a listing. They're not going to do all that. Frank will. Just call him. He's a great guy. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Welcome to the show. Now, let's talk to Deputy D. Deputy D, I can't move the camera because I did away with that crappy video thing. I got a new one coming. Mm-hmm. And I want to know, what are you working on? Anything? Because you had some stuff going on.
Yeah, I just got off the phone a couple of minutes ago with Joan. You may recall she called us maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
She's kind of an elderly lady whose RV caught on fire.
Oh, yes.
And damaged her house, not to mention the RV getting burnt down to the ground.
Oh, it was terrible.
It was terrible.
And didn't she have... Now, she did have insurance, right?
She had insurance, and there was a really weird thing that was happening. She got, as you remember, it's not very easy to understand where she's going with all these stories, but my understanding is she got about $40,000 to $50,000 in insurance payments. And at some point, somebody from the insurance company demanded a refund of $24,000 and threatened her with jail if she doesn't send that money back.
Oh, we thought maybe that was a scam. That's right. She said she was overpaid, and someone at the insurance said, you have to send it back to us.
Yeah, now that guy is no longer at the insurance company.
Did he actually cheat her into?
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
Well, did the insurance company acknowledge, any of them, that they did ask for money back?
Well, I took a slightly different approach. Whereas I did track down the guy that she claims demanded the $24,000. I haven't contacted that guy yet.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Because I've been dealing with Matt from Paragon.
A public adjuster.
He's on our
great
referral
guy.
list, right?
Yeah.
So I asked him if this is the kind of case he'd like to take on. He immediately agreed. He's been in touch with this lady, and he offered her a contract, which he's waiting for her to sign, and then he's going to dig into this.
Okay, here's what I want to say. She had a fifth-wheel trailer. It caught fire on March 1st of 23. Allstate paid $75,300 for damages to both her house and vehicle. So that was a settlement that I think she should have gotten because she paid off the RV, $31,000, right? And then paid Green Gables restoration for her house damage, $42,000.
No, they didn't fix anything. According to the caller, Green Gables washed her walls.
But why'd she pay them $42,000?
Well, that's a really good question, and I'm waiting for Matt for the
got
results of Matt's investigation on this.
Now, if you add that up, that's the amount she was paid. So she paid out what they paid her. So in other words, she wasn't trying to keep a lot of money. But then she said Allstate called back and said, you better give us $23,000 back or we're taking you to court.
Yeah.
Here's what I think happened. I swear to God, I think someone at Allstate, this guy, knew she was getting money, knew she was uninformed, and threatened her.
It's only a suspicion.
And did she make the money? How did she pay back to
She
Allstate?
sent a check
To
somewhere. Well, unfortunately, I haven't been able to get a copy of this check from her. But
okay, this is crazy. So
we
now,
know she sent $24,000 somewhere.
Did she make it out to somebody?
Well, it's not easy to really figure out what she's talking about.
Let me ask you straight
but I did
up.
ask for a
Is
copy
she
of the check.
kind of challenged?
I think she's extremely confused. I think she's elderly and she's got too much going on.
All right.
And she does have a job somewhere too. So I think it's just difficult for her to keep everything in the same place. For example,
go ahead.
when I spoke with her a few minutes ago, she actually didn't even realize that Matt from Paragon is the insurance adjuster that we referred to her. So it's going to take a little bit of hand-holding, and that's why I put so much stock into Matt's forthcoming report on what actually happened.
All right. So anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255 is our number. And, okay, let me go back to the phones now. And Danny. Danny, what's happening?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
Good. Hey, I've got a 2015 Honda Odyssey. For a long time now, the automatic sliding doors have sort of been sticking just a little bit. You got to try to open it a few times before it gets past that blockage or something.
Yeah.
Well, a few days back, the pull cable actually just snapped, and it's hanging out. You can see it's frayed, so it's not disconnected. It's completely snapped off. I've called body shops.
It's a 15.
I've called mechanics.
How many miles on it? I'm just curious. Not that this is a mileage thing, but how many miles?
It's my wife's car. There's quite a bit. It's probably maybe 140, 130, something like that.
Did you own it from new?
No, we bought it used 6 years ago or so.
Okay, so the door guys, have you ever heard of these doors acting up?
Yeah, they're just like the regular windows, just in a door. It's got a motor, cables, everything, just like a window regulator would.
Okay.
So yeah, they do break. They're not forever. Yeah, it's you pull it apart and replace the whole mechanism. It's a motor with cables and pulleys, and make sure the door pulleys are correct and everything else. It's it's just not a cheap date. It's a big job.
So what is your question about, caller or Danny?
Yeah. So my question is, I've called a couple of body shops because I figure it's kind of it's not a mechanical issue, and they point their fingers at mechanics and say, no, we don't do that. We call mechanic, and they're like, nah, I don't really do that. That's more of a body shop thing. So my real
get
question
it.
is, do you have a
can't-
reputable? I'm up in Broomfield,
Well,
so I don't know
first
who to
of all,
call.
let me ask Kevin. I mean, when you say where you are, here's what I've always said. If it's a one-time kind of thing, or you know what I'm saying, or not a routine thing, there's nothing wrong with traveling for a repair. Now, I wouldn't go across country, but I mean, for goodness sakes, if you're in Broomfield, you can go down to Sheridan Auto Tech if he does that.
Oh, yeah, we do it.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
we've
Danny.
done a bunch. Yeah.
Sheridan Auto Tech on on Colfax, west of Wadsworth, just west.
Okay, and this is a pretty big inconvenience. My wife's taking kids to school, and the alarm is going off all the time because the door thinks it's open or something.
Yeah.
How long do we have to wait for an appointment for that?
6 months. I'm just kidding.
we would have to check availability on parts, but it's a job that would require about 2 or 3 days being down.
Yeah.
Once the parts and everything are there.
I mean, man, but if you wanted to pay for parts, do you do that? Do you order parts if they want to pay for them, and then you call them when they come in?
Yeah, no, we'll have everything ready before he comes in. Absolutely. But we still ask for a couple, 2 or 3 days for those because they're tricky and they can be a pain. So.
Well, don't you need to look at it first to know which parts you need?
Well, if you said the cables are hanging out, it's pretty obvious.
But you wouldn't order parts you wouldn't order parts.
No. We'll get you in on a swing by, we call it. Just get it in. We'll take a look and then we'll order parts and make arrangements. Yep.
But I think that this is a symptom of a maybe more underlying problem where they were sort of snagging.
Yep.
I think it finally just gave up, whether it was constant abuse that just gave up, or one time it just got real bad. But we'd have to pull the handle a few times, and it would try to open, and then it would beep, 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 and then it would close itself. You do that 3 or 4 times, and then it worked, which is weird. But we just kind of put up with that for years, and now it's finally gave up.
Yeah, it's got limiter switches and everything else.
That everything sort of needs to be aligned.
No, you're right, and that's something I said in the beginning. We would definitely check the rollers and pulleys and everything on the door itself. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's wonderful. I really appreciate that advice. I'll give them a call here in a few minutes.
I mean, he's really good people. You'll love it. And 455-7242, 303-455-7242. That's SheridanAutotech.com. Thank you. Now let's talk to Joe. We're gonna take a quick break and talk to Joe Ciano about guaranteed investments. You don't hear that often, do you? You really don't. And I also want to tell you about Compass Insurance Group. Something is guaranteed, an insurance checkup that will either save you money or confirm you're having a great deal. Either way, do it. Compass Insurance Group, theinsurancehelpcenter.com, 303-996-9000.
All right, quick to Joe and O'Brien.
Done right kitchens, baths, finished basements, windows, and doors. Ready for holiday savings? Call now and save 12% or enjoy great financing specials on all services for select install dates. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com. Happy holidays.
Is it my turn? Hello?
Only if you want to talk to Joe.
Yes, I do. Joe Ciano. I always want to talk to Joe. He's a buddy for many, many years.
Good.
Hey, Joe, seriously now, the benefits...
How you doing?
Good,
yes.
man. The benefits of a guaranteed pension annuity. I tell people all the time, there are many ways to skin a cat, but as you get older, I think those ways get fewer and fewer, don't you?
I agree 100%. I think when people are young, they can accumulate money, but when people are ready to retire, they need to begin a distribution plan. They need an income that will last for the rest of their lifetime.
Yeah.
And you and I, we know about the annuity. You and I know about the annuity that we're talking about.
Well, we both have annuities. If we're honest, we both have annuities. So,
right.
And you love them because they are guaranteed.
Guaranteed. And, some of the benefits that people really like, besides being guaranteed, is that they're going to get a guaranteed lifetime income that they will never outlive. This is really of paramount importance to people nearing retirement or at retirement. They don't want to lose any money. They want to keep an income stream going for as long as they live. And this is what this annuity will do. Secondly, we give a bonus to get the annuity. We're giving a 15% bonus. Think about that. So somebody puts in let's say $1 million. They're going to get $150,000 up front, day one, working for them immediately. And, Tom, really important, and, you and I probably are, really should be concerned about this, is long-term care.
Yeah,
the annuity has a benefit, a benefit of long-term care.
Yeah.
So they don't have to get a new policy with long-term care. The annuity will have a provision that if they need long-term care, whether there's in-home care, nursing home, Alzheimer's, and all that, the annuity will help you pay for
I'm telling you, if you want to learn more, Joe Chiano, here's where you get them, mymoneymyway.com, mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600. That's 779-6600. O'Brien Legal Services is a law firm that helps you with real estate matters, and Brad says a lot of landlords are getting help from him because of all the new rental laws. Now, tenants' rights have strengthened. That's not entirely a bad thing, but there are some that try to take advantage of you. If you're a landlord and you need help with evictions or with leases or with any other issue, why don't you contact O'Brien Legal Services, and, of course, for any real estate any kind of issue, 720-370-7388. 720-370-7388, olslaw.com.
Thank you.
All right.
I might as well leave you in queue so I can hear you.
Yeah, well, why don't you open the studio, too, if you want. I mean, except they're not chatting. You can leave me in queue, but then they say about the echo, so I don't care.
That there ends up being a little bit of an echo during the break because
of
you
your
are hearing
speaker.
me.
At least I know it's not. At least I know top secret that it's not me doing it.
Right.
Or who else was breaking my ass? Well, I can always, Hellcat will always break my ass, and Bellatrix will always break my ass. And
I just feel bad that you sound so distracted by this process. Other than that, it's awesome.
No, I'm not bad. You know what, Shannon?
What?
It's just that I really did get tired of the Comrex. I'm serious. There's too much shit going on with that. The way it doesn't. Here's the problem. If I use just the Comrex, it would be golden. But interfacing with the Roadie, it's a very big challenge.
Good call.
One guy has a 2011 Ford Ranger that sometimes when I turn the key on to... I'll have to read this to my guys. This is a...
CBP.
And because you listened the other day and you had an ear for it, you had a good ear for it.
Hey guys, do you have your headphones on?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, you do.
Jeff, Kevin.
Yeah, why?
Anybody?
Yes. Why?
Okay. Okay, can I ask a stupid question that I always ask about cars?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do brakes need fluid?
Yes.
Only if they're broke.
Yeah, it's hydraulic, so it's a hydraulic system that makes the brakes work.
Are you serious?
Radio app.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier, I hope. Steven, let's talk about your neighborhood streetlights. What's happening?
Oh, good morning, Tom. Just generally, people in the county of Denver or the metro area. I don't drive too much around in the evening, but a couple of times.
Yes?
They just too many of the street lights is not working. I came back from Arvada about a month ago, pulled up on I-70 eastbound, and it's all the way to 25. There must be 15, 20 of those lights on the highway didn't work. So I called Excel, and they said, "Can you give me a number of a pole?" I said, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, they do have numbers on them. They really do. Yep.
Well, I know, but who's going to ride it up from driving 60 miles an hour?
No, I understand that. So, but I mean, when you talk about this, Stephen, you talk about like it's like the Walking Dead, like that they're going out all over, right? I mean, is that what you're talking about, or is just a few of them?
Yeah. No, just because I think it's in sections, like 10 is on that breaker or another 10 on another breaker. I don't exactly know how it's set up.
Now, I do know that a lot of street lights blink now and then. Do you know what? A lot of people don't know what that is. So I'm going to ask my savvy audience, especially my YouTube morons, I want you to weigh in. Did you ever walk around and you look up and the street light will go off and then it comes on in about a minute or 30 seconds? Did you know that, Stephen?
Not exactly, but I've been talking to people a long time ago about that, and they said that summertime is an issue if it's too hot.
That's exactly what it is. You're right. It's a thermal sensor, and if they get too hot, they turn off momentarily. And I also, I don't want to get into this because people think I'm weird, but I can make them go off. But I don't want to get into that, and I've proven it to people. I can walk near them and make them go off just like I can make my electric watches stop working. And here's the thing, Stephen. I don't know what to do about this. If you have, really, they do need to know the locations of those lights. And they do address them, by the way.
Yes, I did, exactly. Over here on South Colorado Boulevard, I have 3 in a row. And I give them a pole number, the block, 2700, 2800.
Are they still out?
Colorado. Yes. Well, actually, in the middle of the summer, and I originally called it about 2.5 months ago, and one pole was broke off about 6 foot high.
What?
It was like that for a year.
No, I want to ask you something, Stephen. Why do you care about it? I mean, I don't mean to be a smart butt, but why do you care?
Well, if we don't need it, shut it down. Take it out of there. We pay for it,
Who does?
You and me.
For streetlights, I guess. I mean, some neighborhoods pay for their own.
Well, a few. No, it's all paid by the city. And also, I think, especially now, it's 5 o'clock. It's dark in the fall and the winter. And that's pretty good.
Anyway, after you reported the blocks and the address, did they finally start working?
No. They put the
and who exactly did you call, Stephen?
Well, that's what I'm looking for. They gave me a local number, but you just call a regular Excel number.
I don't think. Okay, maybe Excel.
Yes,
I think.
They took my number. They took the location.
Aren't municipalities? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought municipalities are in charge of their own street lights, but maybe I'm wrong. Is Excel the one you call? But they took your call and they were willing to look into it if you had a number. Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. I hope that. I don't know. I mean, this is not something we can call on without numbers either. So, more power to you. I wish you well in getting streetlights working. People, I'll tell you what. I'm guessing he doesn't have a lot going on in his life as far as things to worry about. Because I don't think I'm
seeing something that says Excel is responsible.
Okay, good. No, that's good. But they still need to know where specifically. I think a number. Here, I want to say something else, though. Speaking of lights, am I the only one? And it is car day. Car guys, I need to know. I swear to God, I need to know this. Am I the only one who has noticed that in Colorado, especially Colorado, and the Denver metro area, there are people who drive around without lights on at night. What the hell? I've come up on people, and they were like a black car with no lights or dark blue, and I come up on them, and all of a sudden they tap their brake lights I can see, and all of a sudden I see them. But brake lights are the only things working, or they might have little tiny day runners in the front. But what is it? They don't know how to turn on headlights.
That's just the thing, is they've got their day runners on and they think they're seeing. They don't realize people aren't seeing them.
But you know, I have
switch it over to auto or switch it to on.
I have day runners, and I have something called auto. And when it gets dark, it turns on the regular headlights, right? A lot of cars must do that, right?
Most of them do, and there'll be a setting where you can turn that feature off. So if they've just got it on the DRT, then that's all they're going to get.
Okay, so there's a setting for just day running lights.
Correct.
You know
but
what?
Most cars have auto, Tom, and people, for the most part, leave it on auto.
But okay. Then I've seen a lot of morons. Oh, sorry, I don't mean that against you guys on the YouTube there. But I've seen a lot of idiots driving around in the dark, and I have to think, can they see? I mean, and you know, I try to flash my lights to let them know they're a danger. They truly are a danger. I mean, day runners. A lot of people do think day runners are exactly the same as night lights. But they're not. I guess do some cars have the same intensity on the day runners as they do the night ones, guys? Do you know?
No, not even close.
Okay.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
Next time we have John Fuller on, we should ask him, if you're in an accident with a car that doesn't have its headlights on, can you prove excuse me.
Unless you had a video or something.
CPR, please. Somebody jump on his chest. Come on.
No.
Oh,
other than a dash cam, is there a way to prove that the lights are off at the time of the accident?
Kevin, Jeff.
No, unless you've got a video like a cam or something from a business. There's no way to go back and see.
So there's no way to tell.
No.
Unless the guy is keeled over in the cockpit and you go over there and the lights are off.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. And does it matter? I think it would. That would be some liability there. If you ran up on somebody, I'm serious. Have you guys ever experienced that yourself? Where you come up and they're damn near, they're so hard to see. And
I see it pretty much daily.
Yep.
So here's what you see in Denver more than anywhere in the country. Expired plates, no plates, and no headlight, no lights on at night.
Sure.
So, I mean, but they're cracking down in Aurora now on expired.
Yeah, the license plates.
Expired
and
plates.
They really have to. That got out of hand.
Well, there were people that literally never got registered. They just drove around without insurance and registration and everything. They didn't care. Nobody was doing anything. Colorado for a while was truly becoming the Wild West, and with shoplifting. I don't see shoplifting like I used to, but I do see it still now and then, and still nobody's doing anything about it. I mean, it's definitely not as rampant as it was. And I think a lot of that has to do with public pressure. I really do, because certainly it wasn't the police, and it wasn't our governor. It wasn't our law enforcement, our DAs. I mean, none of that. California, of course, they recriminalized shoplifting. Now, not the first time. They still have the first time 950 or whatever, 1,000. But second ones and third ones are crimes now. And then they got rid of that do-nothing L.A. DA, district attorney. I think the pendulum is swinging back to law and order. And I don't mean law and order in a bad way. I just mean, not taking advantage of people. We have more coming up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
Yep.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well out here on the highways, byways. There was one crash up to the north, should be clearing, but we had a bit of a delay on 112th at Federal, particularly for the westbound side of 112th Avenue. I-25, though, looks good up north. We're seeing some minor slowing into downtown, but wide open to and from the Tech Center. Pena's running a little heavy now coming out of the airport from Tower back to I-70, along with the eastbound side of 270 heading through York. That's a look at your drive.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Hunter Biden pardoned. We predicted it 1 year ago that Joe Biden would pardon his son in December. That's exactly what happened.
Plus, Kash Patel is FBI director. What does it mean?
We break it down. Download Verdict with Ted Cruz wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm wondering if it's your reception. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. You know, when we talk about retirement, they do more than just look at your elements like 401ks and IRAs and Roths. They also look at your insurances, your long-term care, your legacy planning for estate planning. They look at what you're doing if you're younger to grow a nest egg, to keep it growing, to protect it. And as you get older, what are you doing for income? Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. They're good people, and they're happy to talk to you about what they do and how they save you money. Just give them a call and ask them for a consultation. It costs you nothing but a little time to find out what they can do for you. rpcenter.com is the website. rpcenter.com. 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211.
Thank you. That anything is similar in the drivetrain that would pick up on the mileage, though.
Especially on, I only have 4,000 and change.
But I'm just saying, there's nothing. There's no PCM. There's no ECM for that. There's
Right.
No,
I'll check the owner's manual.
There's got to be. That's interesting. I wonder if that is a crossover from the other.
I'll check it out and let you know
I
next
will
Friday.
find out, though.
With the outcome.
I'm using a lower compression ratio here, too. Yeah, but we'd have to pull it out because
I think I told you, Jeff. We had a kid working next door to a dealership. Used to be next door to us, and we used to turn up the employees.
And I do
they sent him over
but I
for
have
blinker
to pull it out.
You know, and he's at the front counter, and it's like, well, dude, which one? And he's like, what? I said, what the fuck, man? And I'm like getting pissed. I said, you got yellow, you got blue, and you got red.
Hey, Kevin.
I'm supposed to know what kind you need.
Jeff.
Kevin.
You know, and he goes back.
Kevin or Jeff?
Yeah.
Or Tom.
And then he walks in.
Tom.
Standing outside the shop.
So,
at the
okay.
windows like this.
I think this is ridiculous.
What is?
Okay. There's
Yo-yoed
something.
him about 3 times.
Okay. Are you guys listening?
Yes.
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
There's something called pads.
That are available in the bathroom.
And Shannon.
What?
No, go ahead. Brake pads. Go ahead.
Brake pads. Yep.
And fluid.
Yep.
And that's about $555.
That's about right. What kind of car?
It's a BMW.
Oh my God, you're getting off easy.
Hold on, guys. Cheap. Why don't you go to Sheridan and just?
Because he's in Phoenix.
He's
it's
in
his,
Phoenix.
It's her
Yeah.
son.
That's not bad for a BMW for
That's
brakes.
great price.
But find out exactly what they're really doing.
Yep.
They said he needs new brake pads.
Yep.
And fluid.
Okay.
Oh, they're making that up, Kelly.
So they going to replace the rotors or resurface rotors? Do you know?
They didn't mention anything about rotors, and I told her she got
rotor?
That's what the brake squeezes on. The friction. That's how the car stops. It's friction.
No, they didn't say anything. He said pads and
fluid.
That's for
$555.
That's not a bad price on a BMW.
Yeah,
Nailed
well,
it.
that's great.
Yep.
Well,
the guys on YouTube want to make sure that you guys. Hey, Kelly.
Piece
The guys on YouTube want you to make sure he checks the blinker fluid too.
No, for God's sake.
And if you're going to replace the
Wait,
brake
there's blinker fluid?
Yes.
No,
and if you're going
stop
to
it.
replace the brake shoes, make sure you replace the brake socks.
Lace them up tight.
Oh my God, there's blinker fluid?
No, it's a YouTube joke.
Okay. All right.
Have you
Because
noticed
I know nothing about cars.
I know, and that's why we're teasing you.
That. You're fine.
Those plastic coverings so you can't see the license plate.
So you're telling me that this stupid freaking bill is
You know what I'm talking about, like
Spot
the
on.
curved gray.
Yeah, it's good.
Are they legal?
Spot on.
By the way, YouTube, kiss my ass.
I see. That's what the cops ought
A lot of ass to
ought
go around.
Be shutting down.
I don't even have YouTube up. I need water.
I try to look up maintenance on that thing, Doc, and it tells me how to reset
Goddamn kidding.
the maintenance.
No.
light, but
555 bucks.
It doesn't tell me what maintenance is.
It's a Beamer.
I'll check it. I'll
It's
let
a
you know.
Beamer.
Doesn't matter.
That's weird to get a message like that.
Yeah, it will start if you don't take it in for maintenance and have it reset.
Call-
It will start changing the light where it'll blink at you. And
Yeah, call Hyundai and see what the hell they do. Kia. Get your manual out. That's interesting. I never heard of service. Have you on electric?
All right, back to it.
Now, an iHeartRadio station.
Hello, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, let's talk to Danny. Danny, what's happening?
Danny, what's happening? Hey, how are you guys?
Good. What's going on, man?
So late August. Yeah, so late August, I worked for a property management contracted me to do about 80 fence of a wooden fence, right?
80 feet?
She told me she was gonna, 80 feet.
Got it.
She told me that she was gonna pay half of it, and the neighbor was gonna pay the other half.
And this was for the
So, I
management
was
company,
done.
or was it for two houses?
It was one of them was a management company, and the other one was a regular homeowner.
Okay. And you said, so keep going. What happened then?
So then, she came out and she liked the fence. She goes, "Oh, by the way, can you make a gate for me, just like you did for the property management?" And I told her, "Okay, fine, no problem." I got the fence done. I took a little long to bill her, but when I went to bill her,
how long did you take to
she
bill
told me,
her?
"Hey, I'll pay you at the." I would say about 20 days.
Okay.
Off the top of my head.
Okay.
So then, I gave her the invoice. I left her the invoice on her door. Waited about 10 days. She didn't reply. I went. I had another invoice, and I caught her outside. Right? She was walking out the same time as I was going to give her the paperwork. And she goes, "No, I'm going to pay you at the end of August. At the end of October."
Listen,
Well,
let me
October has
do
come and
this.
and,
Let me cut right through too. I just need to know: did you get paid or not?
No, I haven't gotten paid by her.
Okay, now, what I need to know is your contract is with who?
That's the problem. I didn't get nothing in writing.
Okay, now did the management company pay? Did the management company pay you for their half?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Now, did you tell the management company that this homeowner is not paying because they can assess her?
Well, I left another bill, and she actually called the management company and complained. That
I would put a lien on her house.
She didn't.
I would put a lien on her house. That's all I would do. And then if she says she doesn't owe it, I'd put a lien on her house, and she'd have to prove she doesn't owe it, literally prove that. And then you're going to use the HOA, not the HOA, but the management company as your evidence.
Right. So don't take her to small claims court.
Yeah, well, you could do that, but first put a lien on there. Why not put a lien on there? And then small claims court would perfect the lien.
No, I'm going to do what you say.
I would do a lien first. First, you do a notice of a lien. Wait a minute. When was this job completed? You only have a certain. When was the job completed?
It took me 2 days. So at the end of, let's say the beginning of September.
Oh, September, October. Oh man, you're done. I don't think you can put a lien on it anymore. I don't think so. I think you only have 4 months from the last time you were on the job. So September, when did you finish the job? You might have time. Wait, you might have. You only have a certain amount of time. And I'm looking it up on the law, but how long does Okay. So if you have enough time, put a lien on it or go to small claims court, either one. Because if you go to small claims court and get a judgment, that judgment can be a lien on the property. So that's a way around it.
Okay, so I still have time minimum to take her to small claims court, right?
Oh, for sure on that. You have a few years. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, got it. My heart stopped there for a minute.
No. You have time for a small claim. I was just trying. Usually a lien does the job. But let me find out here. In Colorado, it says here 4 months. I was right. After the last job. So if you stopped working there in September, do you remember when in September?
I mean, I'm driving in the car, but I have it all
now,
home,
bro, just roughly.
And I'll double check.
Roughly, was it the beginning?
End of August. End of August.
All right, let's say the end of August.
End of August.
So you had September, October, November. You have a court. If it was the end of August, and really the end of August, and let's say the last day of August, then you have September, October, November, and all of December to file a lien. But you have to do a 10-day notice first. I would file a lien immediately. Let her contest it. I wouldn't worry about it. I would file a lien immediately. You can follow it up with small claims court. But before you do a lien, you have to do a 10-day notice. Look, if you don't know how to do it yourself, it's going to be a little difficult. Do you know how to file a lien?
No, I don't, but I'm pretty savvy on the computer. I can figure it out.
That's okay, cool. Because here's what you do. You look it up. Because it requires that you serve a notice of intent to lien 10 days prior to filing. After you do that, then you can file, okay? A lien, and the notice must include a copy of the completed and notarized lien statement. So you got to get a lien statement. So look it up online. And then once you do that, Colorado, it says here, you need to do it, and you need to do it within 4 months of the completion of the job.
All right. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. I really
know what
appreciate
happens.
You guys.
I think it's terrible when people don't get paid. Did she give you an excuse for not paying at all? Did she do anything like that?
Nothing. She's just, she pretty much just ghosted me.
Okay, well, man, I'm telling you that is a pain in the butt. There's nothing you can do about it except put a lien on it, take her to small claims court. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, One Clear Choice Garage Doors, great people. If you need them 24/7 because your garage door won't close or anything like that, you can call them. That's oneclearchoicedoors.com, the website, and all of their prices are on there. Or call them for help. Adjusting doors, new openers, parts of doors, 720-370-3987, oneclearchoicedoors.com.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well out here on the highways, byways. There was one crash up to the north, should be clearing, but we had a bit of a delay on 112th at Federal, particularly for the westbound side of 112th Avenue. I-25, though, looks good up north. We're seeing some minor slowing into downtown, but wide open to and from the Tech Center. Pena's running a little heavy now coming out of the airport from Tower back to I-70, along with the eastbound side of 270 heading through York. That's a look at your drive.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Hunter Biden pardoned. We predicted it 1 year ago that Joe Biden would pardon his son in December. That's exactly what happened.
Plus, Kash Patel is FBI director. What does it mean?
We break it down. Download Verdict with Ted Cruz wherever you get your podcasts.
Genesis TotalExteriors.com. I love Genesis for all kinds of things. First and foremost, they do everything on the outside of your house, and they have the new Align siding, which is basically a lifetime plastic polymer siding. You can get dark colors, no chipping, cracking, peeling, warping. It's beautiful stuff. Now, they're doing this special on the inside of your house for the bad weather days. Well, not just bad weather days, but for the winter. What they're doing is they're upgrading your doors inside from those hollow doors to solid wood, beautiful doors in all kinds of looks. 2 for 1. You buy one, get one free. Honest to goodness, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Upgrade your interior doors or your interior railings and balusters, all from wood, that painted wood sometimes, or that, ugly stain, to a beautiful metal railing. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com. DenverRegen.com. They're doing hair replacement, and I'm telling you, it works. You get stem cell therapy from your own stem cells, plus exosomes, which are the essence of stem cells, and these are the ones you can ship and use, and they work. Plus, they're doing transplants in areas where you need it. So complete hair restoration, DenverRegen.com, plus weight loss compounded drugs for pennies on the dollar compared to the brand names. You can get started now and not feel deprived during the holidays. That's DenverRegen.com.
Do you owe?
How much time do I have?
Yep. Go ahead. 3.
Thanks.
I counted them to tell Kelly, including gasoline, 9 separate fluids in a vehicle, right?
Unless it has a manual transmission, you might have a clutch.
Oh, you're right. Okay, well, yeah, that's a rare.
Yeah, you never know.
Okay, first of all, this guy that's talking about the motor that's on the line right now,
Yep.
he was talking about a water pump.
Yep.
It's like a breast pump, but different.
And he was also talking about pulleys, and I got no clue.
No worries.
That's probably stuff in Adam's bedroom. Block and tackle, pulleys.
Shannon, I really am going to kick your ass. I need a stool, but I will do it.
Well, since the bedroom divorce, you hardly know what's going on in there.
It's very true.
There's no way he's not reenacting some sort of Tom Cruise movie scene hanging from the ceiling.
What?
Dun, 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 dun.
My least favorite day of the week.
Friday?
Car day.
Come on! The guys are here.
I understand. I like the guys. But these people that call in with their problems think I actually understand what the hell their problems are.
By the way, one of the fluids I was counting was grease.
Grease.
And what's the fitting called? Is it a Zerk?
A Zerk.
Love them.
Yep. They don't have them anymore.
Oh, really? I saw some
No.
guy do a video goes, if you don't wipe your Zerk after filling, you are a jerk.
What?
Well, because the goo is hanging off of your thingy. Zerk.
Okay, do you still have to do the thing that you have to pull out to check your oil?
Dipstick?
In most vehicles, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them they are eliminated them.
They're not hum. Yeah,
So,
BMW.
but Kevin, you've worked on our car.
Yep.
It doesn't have one.
Which car?
The BMW.
Yeah, BMW's eliminated them in a lot of cars.
Yeah.
They've placed those now
Yeah.
behind the steering wheel.
What?
There's your dip.
What?
Everybody is just piling on me today. It's all good. Let's just pile on
restate
Kelly
that.
today.
Piling on you.
Piling on Kelly today.
I think you could take it.
Yeah, I can.
Reminds her of college.
I didn't know
bingo,
there was something.
bingo.
I didn't know what a freaking dipstick was, and Kevin just because I said my husband will
Look,
sometimes.
you got 4 of them in the studio right there.
Tom, that's dipshit, not dipstick.
Well,
Deputy Dollar, I see the back of his head. Where do you get that goddamn hair?
Dollar, he's talking to you.
Oh, I can't. You mean he wants to know where you got
Where you get your hair?
You got to go
Me
offline.
or him, Tom?
What about my hair? Oh.
He's jealous of your hair. Doc's wearing a helmet. That's not real.
Oh my God.
Here we go. We're almost done.
What?
Talk station.
Online at khout.com.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's talk. Let's find out what's new, what we can do for you. Bob, he has a question about a motor, 2009 Silverado. That's just a Silverado truck 2500. Bob, what's going on, man?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for taking my call. So I'll start off by saying I've already made an appointment with Sheridan Auto Tech. I talked to Isaiah this morning, and I'm going to bring it in on Tuesday morning. But I thought I'd run this by Kevin maybe ahead of time. So sure. It started making a noise on the motor. So, I'm
How many miles? How many miles?
96,000.
Okay, that's not a lot on that.
Okay. So I'm fairly handy. So I thought, well, maybe it's the tension pulley or the idler pulley. So I went ahead
what kind of a noise? There's all kinds of noises. You got squeaks, you got squeals, you got creaks, and you have taps, and you have knocks.
It's not a tap. It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like valves. It doesn't sound like a rod going out. It's like I don't know how to explain it.
More like a whirling noise?
Is it a screech?
Yeah, well, sort of. It picks up with RPM. If you give it a little bit more RPMs, just which I didn't give it much, but that noise will pick up with the RPMs.
You've heard of a whining belt, right?
Oh yeah, it's not that. So anyway, let me just finish. So I have a mechanic I've been going to for a long time. I took it over there when the tensioner pulley and the idler pulley didn't work, and he says, "Yep, sounds like the water pump." He replaced the water pump. That wasn't it. He called me up and he says, "Hey, I replaced it, but there's no charge. I misdiagnosed it." He says, "I'm not going to charge you for it." He says, "I'll be honest, I don't know what it is." So so it's and he's pretty good, but I know Kevin has a bigger shop, and I've been wanting to go there and take it in, for oil change and stuff like. Oh, he went ahead and done an oil change. We put in synthetic along with a can of MOA. So he said he thought maybe that might help, but it was due for an oil change anyway. I had my light come on that said, oil change oil soon. So anyway, Kevin, I'm bringing it in Tuesday morning.
Good. Look forward to it. No, we'll figure it out. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? I mean, how's the drivability?
Right.
Well, it seems like it's running okay, just making noise. So, yeah, we just get in. We got a stethoscope. We got different hearing aids we can use to get in there. We'll figure it out.
I'm sure you will. I just thought I'd give you a little food for thought.
Mechanics,
so I'll see you.
That's really, fixing, you got to have skill to fix things. But really, to troubleshoot and find things.
That's the hardest part.
Would something like that throw a code? I mean, is that crazy to even ask?
No, unless you had an alternator or something going out, that may throw a code and cause a noise. But, yeah, it's going to be a belt or pulley alignment. Something's off.
If it's going with the RPM, it's got to be something like that, and it's not a knock or a tick.
No, the first thing we'll do is pull the belt off and start it and see if the noise is still there.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah.
That makes
first thing.
sense.
Yeah, and go from there.
I replaced the tensioner pulley and the idler pulley.
Is there only one belt on that thing? One big belt?
Yes. Yeah, one big serpentine.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and I looked at it, when I replaced the tensioner pulley and the idler pulley, you have to take that all apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at it when I had it apart, and it's got a couple little cracks, but it didn't look glazed. It didn't look like there was anything really silly there. So
sometimes you even get a belt just doesn't want to set on a new pulley. So you got new pulleys on the water pump and tensioner. You should have replaced the belt probably at that time as well. They just break in together. So,
really?
Yeah. But like I said, we'll figure it out. First thing we'll do is yank the belt and go from there.
Sounds good.
Thank
all right,
you very
I will
much.
bring it into your
I
shop.
Appreciate it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I have time for a text or two. Let me find it here. Doggone it. I should bring it up. Okay, so on my, this guy has a truck as well, and he heard that louvered, what do you call those things in the back? I don't have the text in front of me. He said the louvered lift gate, the tailgate, or putting the tailgate down saves on gasoline. Is that true, guys?
No, not really. In actuality, the Mythbusters actually did an entire show on that and found that actually with the tailgate up, driving down the road, you get your best fuel economy.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I didn't know that. Okay, we got more coming up. Bob's got a question about a motor. Keep it up, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Oh, no, I guess, Bob, we answered. So get some new calls in. You're listening to The Troubleshooter.
That was hilarious.
That with the newer stuff with screws with your collision avoidance.
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can I help you?
I couldn't live without that. Backing up something, if that alarm, if it didn't beep, I'd crush it in my truck.
Right.
Trying to get close,
Hey, so Doc, you understand what happened, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, mine's on all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. You understand what happened,
I use
right?
my camera for is hook it up to trailer.
Oh yeah.
I hate those cameras.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have a camera, but I just have a beeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like if I'm backing up against the wall.
Yep.
So I know or Costco or something backing up against somebody's car, you want to make sure you get in all the way. And yeah, if it doesn't beep at me, I'm going to hit that car. More likely.
The mirrors are insufficient for you, huh?
Well, no, I see it, but I just want to be within an inch of it. I don't want to be 8 inches, But I admit it, I'm hooked to it. So if I have something without it, because the cameras, they drive me crazy too. When I rent a car or something, they all have cameras in the back now.
We had one the other day. What the hell was that thing? Well, his was an aftermarket one though. His camera showed inside the mirror, and that was all sorts of janky. Oh, there was another one we had that the how did that work? Because it would show it to you going down the road as as somebody was approaching you too quickly, and the camera would come up. Oh, it was nutty.
Wow.
It was a very distracted driving.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the mirror itself on, I think it was an Infinity. The mirror was not a mirror at all. It ran off of the back camera.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of these camera stuff is, the angles they get, like if you're pulling out of a parking lot, it's like you got a helicopter on top of it, this and that. It's wild stuff. I remember Tom saying he was freaked out by it when he first saw it, and he was writing things on paper and putting it on his roof to see if it could
That's funny. Did it show it?
I think that was his Mercedes when he first got it.
Did it show the
I believe
note?
it did, yeah. His pizza must have got there. He's not there. They beat us this time.
I think he did last time too.
Did it? Yeah. Messed up the tip.
Tom's game
yeah.
Sooner than this one?
Yep.
Normally it's the other way around.
Last couple of times he's gotten it first.
Huh.
Just that one snow day we had. When was that? We didn't even think we'd get it. We got it pretty quick.
Yeah, it was faster than when.
Faster than a regular day. Yeah.
Laughing for?
Because you got a fork stuck in your beard.
Thomas, good shit.
What's that? Dragon's got a fork stuck in his beard.
It's in his mouth.
I know. I know. I'm just giving him shit.
Well, you might have.
I don't know what you're talking about. Chad Strichen for trying. That's the latest. There's a look at it. These guys they feel like they're struggling without a sponsor on the end. They have no idea how to tag out.
Digitized sound. I was trying to figure out, they're all going through the same pipe, so why are you?
Hey there. Hello?
Ten seconds here, Tom.
GOP candidate for Congress Deborah Flora joins me to start the show for a new Friday feature, Hollywood on the Right. Then Dr. Rich Guggenheim of Gays Against Groomers on his week in Washington fighting the transitioning of kids. Tune in at 2 here on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome. What can we do for you? Just give me a call and we can help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. Jerry is a caller who wants to talk about a 07 Ford F-150. Today is car day. We have Kevin Calkin with us from Sheridan Auto Tech. We also have Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission. This hour brought to you by Wave 8 Wealth Management, my financial advisory company. And feel free to call us, to text us, or to email us. You can email us through the website, investwithmartino.com. Dozens and dozens of people I thank for taking the leap of faith and having reviews. They love what they found. Some people didn't need us. Some people shouldn't be investing. And, you know, it all depends on your situation. One thing I did was I did what I always wanted done for me. Direct, honest-to-God, transparent information, and somebody who had their money where their mouth was and wasn't just talking or wasn't just taking my money and placing it elsewhere. If you want that kind of attention, 303-771-HELP. You can also text that, 303-771-4357. You can also go to investwithmartino.com. The name of the company is Wave 8 Financial, or Wave 8 Wealth Management. And by the way, thank you for everyone who's responded. I really appreciate it. I also want to talk about cars today, like a heater core. You know, heater cores are very troublesome. How long do they last, guys? Kevin, Jeff, we've talked about heater cores for a long time over the years. When do they actually go out, or do they never go out? I mean, is it luck of the draw? What? Tell me about heater cores.
They will start leaking. You know, the older cars used to have solid brass heater cores, though. They'd last forever. And now the newer ones are kind of an aluminum with plastic, and they don't. They're about 10, 15 years on the most.
Okay. So, sir, let's hear about your issue with Jerry, with the heater core, or a question about your heater core, a 2007 F-150.
Hey, thanks, Tom, for taking my call.
Yeah, Jerry.
Hey, my daughter has a 2007 F-150 4x4, and she's in Louisville, Kentucky, and she had the it's got about 170,000 miles on the truck, and she's got she just changed the thermostat, or had someone do that, and that didn't help. She's not getting any heat coming out, and I just wondered if Kevin or you know where I could have it taken out.
Where is she
there in
located,
Louisville,
did you
Kentucky.
say?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, she should drive over to Kevin. He'll pull.
Yeah, I know.
He'll pull
and I
a
live
code.
about a block from Kevin. Yeah.
He'll pull a code.
That's
Hey,
what I was
listen,
thinking
man.
of. Yeah.
What are the symptoms?
Well, just no heat. And
when you say no heat, is there air?
Yeah. There is air. Yes.
Is the temperature gauge showing that the car's warming up?
Yeah, it does show that. Mm-hmm.
The next thing you want to do is check. There's two heater hoses, one inlet, one outlet. Check and see if they're the same temperature.
Where do you find those heaters?
Underneath the hood, going into the firewall, probably on the passenger side.
There's always. Are they hoses or are they like ducts?
There's two. They're hoses. Two heater hoses, about 1.5 inch, 2-inch hoses. They got to be the same temperature. That way, you know the heat's getting in there. And if that's the case, then it's probably an actuator, a door in the dash that's not closing properly.
But would he feel air? That's why I asked about air.
Yeah, you'd have ice cold air because the blend door's not opening properly.
Okay. Yeah.
But you got to. It's a simple check. Just put your hand on the hoses. They should both be the same temperature.
So
once it's warmed up.
What if they're not at the same temperature?
Well, then you have a circulation problem. You could have a plugged up heater core.
Could you have a thermostat problem or not?
Not typically, no, but possibly. So they just changed it though, so that's probably not it.
Oh, okay. So on a blend door, they're literally little flapper doors, right?
Yeah. Little motor on top that opens and closes.
And they're actuated by what? A computer?
Yes. Yeah, if you set your car on hot, it opens all the way hot. If you set it on warm, you got half cold, half hot air coming through. So it just blends the temperatures.
It blends the air. So does it blend it with outside air?
It can, yes.
Well, normally that's how it works?
Yeah. It's just a temperature control. You get 50-50 hot and cold for warm, and summertime you turn the hot off all the way. It knows which way to go. But if it doesn't move the door, you don't get the heat or the cold, one or the other.
Kevin, is it using air conditioning sometimes or not?
Sometimes, yeah. I just changed the actuator in my truck.
Even if you don't have your air conditioner on, in order to reach the proper temperature, it blends them.
It does.
But also, Kevin, doesn't the air conditioner come on whenever you use the defroster feature?
It does. It cycles itself. Yeah, it cycles.
It dries the air, right, for your defroster.
Exactly. It's a dehumidifier.
Okay. So, Jerry, she needs to, well, she's not in town here, obviously, so you need to find someone out there that you trust and have them check it. I mean, does she go to a regular mechanic?
Not really. She just moved there from another part of Kentucky, and she don't know one there. But also, what would something like that cost if it is a heater core? Maybe Kevin could answer that.
You got to pull the dash out to get to them, so you're probably in the $1,200-$1,500 range to do a heater core in the truck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
that helps.
big job.
Okay.
Wow.
Would you suggest going to a Ford dealership?
Well, maybe for the initial diag, yeah, but the repair, I mean, it's tough when you don't know anybody in town, though. That's the hard part.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, that gives me an idea, and I appreciate your time.
All right, thank you. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So I got some distressing news here about Wash Park Grill. I don't know if any of you have eaten there, but...
No, I saw that. That's what happened there.
Tax seizure by the city.
So yeah, they had a great burger there.
They have great everything. I mean, they have spectacular food for a little neighborhood restaurant. Spectacular food. Some of that food would fool you. You'd think you're at a fancy restaurant. I swear to God. I mean,
place is packed.
They had some. We go there a lot. They had some steak, and they had these. Oh man, all these.
Yeah, their French onion soup.
Nothing, but man, they have. Oh, so you've been there, Kev?
Oh yeah, I love the place. Yeah, the French onion soup.
But that's out of your neck of the woods, though.
It is, but you go where you go. Yeah.
I love So apparently they owe back taxes, sales tax, and I don't know about what other taxes, but I was reading a little bit about it. It's kind of sad. Sad. And so basically, they may not come out of it. And we're losing a lot of neighborhood restaurants,
I agree.
We really are. And I think that's a sad thing. But, I mean, what are you going to do if you don't pay taxes? And one thing they don't tolerate, unpaid taxes. I think that's something they've never – you notice they've relaxed in this state and other states on car thieves, and they've relaxed on shoplifting, and they've relaxed on a lot of things, car registrations from time to time, but never, ever, ever when it comes to taxes. That's one thing they do not tolerate.
No, they don't play with that at all.
No. And that's no matter who you are.
Yeah, but you are collecting money for the state. It's not like you're,
no, that's true.
That's why.
No, that's true for sure. So let's see. It's Tom wants to talk about a paint job. Tom, go ahead. What's happening?
Yeah, I have a bit of a problem with the paint. The paint color chip that's on my car is a different code than the paint that was applied to my car. I had a wait. What? I
don't get what you just said. That the code that came with your car is different than the actual paint on your car?
Yes, but the paint on my car was supposed to be, and it's stated, and they acknowledge it. It's a stone blue metallic. I got into a little bit of a sandstorm, and the code on my door is a C8. C8 is a blue metallic.
I get it. So when you when somebody mixed up the code on the door or looked at it and you saw a sample of it, it's absolutely different than what is actually on your truck or car. Sorry.
It's a car. It's a 20. Yeah. And, they painted the car according to the code. C8 is the code. They painted my hood, my fenders, and my roof with a blue metallic. My car was manufactured with what's called a stone.
Right. Well, were they idiots, or could they see the difference, or did you walk up and say, "Wait a minute"? I mean, how did that work?
No, I wasn't able to see it. It was in their body shop.
I understand that, but couldn't they see it?
About it?
Couldn't they see it wasn't matching?
Apparently not, because I took it back twice to them.
No, wait a minute. Hold on, Tom. Hold on. These body people work on cars all the time, and they paint this damn thing. They didn't paint the whole thing, right? Just the damaged part, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then they hand it over to you, and no one notices that there's two different color paints on there.
Not until I pointed out to them, and they say that's the code that's on the door.
Okay. Okay, what if black was on the door? I mean, come on. That's such a stupid excuse. But I want to know this. Are they really close, or are they not close at all?
To me, they're not close at all. To other people, I've had to look at it. As a matter of fact, the insurance company even had me talk to a third party that they recommended, told them that it wasn't the same color, that there was a problem with it. And they still went ahead and repainted the same color anyhow. This is the third time I took it back because of lousy work that they did for repair.
Well, apparently it must be close. It must be close. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I mean, otherwise people would just say, why do you have a striped car or a patched car? I mean, if I walked up to your car, would I immediately say, what the heck's going on?
If you look at it in the right light and in the right direction, yes. If you just walked up to the hood, look at it, you say, "Oh, that's fine."
Okay, then that tells me it's pretty dang. How do you? By the way, how do you know that it's not the right code? I'm just curious. How do you know?
Oh, I've called Ford, and they won't apply. They say that's the code, and that's it. And the reason I know it's not the code is because you look the code up. C8, it says metallic or blue metallic. It doesn't say stone blue metallic.
I know that, but what I'm asking is, how do you know that your car had, from the factory, stone blue metallic? Was it on the Maroni sticker or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was. Ford Motor Company has looked up the VIN number.
Okay.
And said yes.
Got it.
Yeah,
so according to the VIN and according to the Maroni sticker, it says stone blue metallic.
Absolutely.
But according to the code on the door, it's just some other blue metallic.
Blue metallic, just strictly blue metallic.
I do apologize. I may have missed this. Are you the first owner of this car?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Because if you're the second owner, the first owner may have painted it.
Yeah, but
if you're
this
the
is
only owner, that's fine.
Yeah, this is a and besides, the Maroni sticker says something different than the door code. That's really what I find strange. And
yeah, when I called Ford, they agreed that it's supposed to be a stone blue.
Okay, are they willing to do anything about? Is it still under warranty?
Oh yeah, it's only got 17,000 miles on it.
Okay, well, so what is that? A 3-year
yeah.
warranty? Is it a 3-year or a 5-year or 4-year? What? How many years?
I don't know, but it was done.
Okay, if it's under warranty, If it's under warranty, I'd make them paint it.
How in the world do I get past the people I've talked to that says that's as far as we're going? We're not assuming any responsibility.
Okay, how much will it cost to paint the truck?
It's still a car, it's an SUV.
It's a Ford Explorer. I call them trucks. Yeah, I get it. It is a car, or it's an SUV.
Oh, okay.
It's an SUV. You're right.
Okay.
So, how much would it cost to paint that?
I have no idea.
How much of it was repainted? The regular blue
The
metallic.
hood, the fenders, the hood, the fenders, the grill, and they for some reason painted the whole top of the car, the whole roof.
All right, take a break when you can, Tom.
Here's what we need to do.
It's much darker.
You need one step at a time, Tom. You need to get a price. And if it's $7,500 or under, I'd take him to small claims court. In fact, if it was more than that, I'd take him to small claims court to get the $7,500 at least. I think you'll win. I don't see how they win. If they did you wrong. I don't care if the code's on there. If it came from the factory with one thing and this code on the door says the other thing, you have two conflicting things. It's not your fault. It's their fault. And I would take literally...
Whose fault is their fault?
What's that?
Whose fault is their fault? The body shop or Ford?
No, okay. It's everybody's fault. First of all, it's Ford's fault. It's Ford's fault. And you know what? We should give this to somebody to work on. Who wants to take this on? I'm serious. This is a good one. We'll decide that during the break. I got to take a break. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month.
Hang on, she's too drunk.
Tight. She said GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit.
It's Friday. She's moved on to whiskey.
GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
K&H Home Solutions, the oldest or one of the oldest home improvement companies in all of Colorado. They were here when I got here 45 years ago. I knew the original owner. They started 65 years ago. Then I knew the subsequent owner, which was Ted Rowland. And then, of course, I know the current owner, Lee Diamond, and they're all great people, and they have great products, including the Alpine window, which is made right here in Colorado. And they're the exclusive dealer for the residential line. It has an insulated glass unit second to none, a thermally insulated fiberglass strong frame. They're beautiful, and you will love them, and you'll love the service you get from K&H Home Solutions on everything from windows, siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for. 303-421-7100, 421-7100. khwindows.com. You're going to love O'Brien Legal Services if you're in real estate or you need a real estate attorney for evictions, especially evictions now. They're getting very complicated. What's really complicated are drawing up the leases so you protect your rights as a landlord. If you are a landlord, you need some help, think O'Brien Legal Services, Brad O'Brien and his team. In fact, any real estate issue, O'Brien Legal Services, 720-370-7388, olslaw.com. How much time do I have?
4.
Thanks.
Okay, all right. I'll
Hey,
pick
Tom?
it right up, okay?
Tom?
He just stepped
I'll-
away.
I'll take care of the
do I
paint
have a
issue.
receipt?
Oh, Bo wants the paint issue.
No.
No, Doc.
You got it, Bo.
I'll take care of it.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, no, they don't worry about it.
That's a strange one.
Okay. All right,
They
you
ordered
too.
the correct
All right,
paint.
thank you. Bye.
But it's so close. If they just finished painting the car the
Pizza's
same
here?
color, wouldn't that be the
Paint is here.
answer?
Well, it will be in mere
Now the
moments.
paint matches
as soon
the
as Kelly
paint's
puts the
code.
drink down.
Right? Yeah, it could be.
You know.
Yeah.
So it'd be cheaper to just finish painting the car the same color than it would be to go back and repaint the whole car the other color, because he can't tell the difference unless they're on top of
Hey,
each other.
Shannon?
That's what he said.
Who, me?
Shannon's- No,
Yeah.
What's up, Doc?
Tell Bo I only have one or two. He's loaded down. I'll take the paint issue.
All right, I'll tell Kels.
Okay.
If you're at the right angle and the right light, you can
Yep,
see that
exactly.
it's a different color.
Yep.
Doc says he would like the paint issue.
Pizza's here, guys.
Oh.
Pizza!
Well, the pizza is here. Good timing.
Hey, Doc. Pizza's here.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Says the girl that doesn't eat pizza. Well, at least doesn't eat Anthony's pizza.
Kelly, I'll take care of the.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Eating
man.
healthy.
You trying to be. When you eat so much, you just sit there and sweat.
Yes.
It's like, I gotta go outside because it's the...
Is it beer? Is it 100 degrees in here?
Brilliant.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, Tom, what is the best number to reach you at?
7.
I'm okay with taking a break from anchovies from now.
I love them. So, because I just guess it. I mean, I gotta find out the right settings for that because
7811?
it would be impossible.
Okay, you're breaking up quite a bit. Is that...
I'm thinking it's
Is
you.
it 303 960
I'm gonna look up best.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead and escalate this to one of our deputies. His name is...
Hey,
Call
never
him
mind.
Deputy Doc.
Yeah, what's up?
No, I thought the smarter guy was on the board. I needed to ask him something. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I get it.
No, I wanted to ask him about
Yeah.
processing.
Right, well, we know you didn't touch anything, so it's fine.
Ah, shut up. Actually, did you hear what I did? I don't know if you heard what I did. I'm
no. I can hear what you did.
Is it bad?
It's fine. It's fine.
No,
It's fine.
actually, I got
Fine.
off the Comrex because I hated the compression, but do you think the Lucy's not keeping up with the Comrex?
No, it's not.
It's not. In what way?
You sound like you're almost in the 1930s.
Okay, that's the compression, right? I mean, that's the excuse me, the what do you call it? The protocol. I have to buy the I have the G.722. So what I need?
Oh, that one's terrible.
Yeah. So I'm just going to upgrade that. That's all it is.
All right, hang on. We're back.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. We got Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Autotech. We got Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. We have Deputy Dollar in the studio. Deputy Doc. Is Bo in the studio too?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's not in studio, but he is available.
Right, and he's taking that other problem, right?
No, I'm going to take it, Tom.
Or Doc took it.
I'm
okay.
taking it.
And then
yeah.
we have Deputy D here. We have, man, we've never had a stronger crew ever. I mean, just all expertise in all different areas. And now Robert wants to talk about a problem with a purchase at an auto auction, or a possible, not a problem, about purchasing at an auction. Go ahead, Robert.
Hi, Tom.
What's
Tom, I'm
on?
going to be going to the Mecum Auto Auction. I'm going to be going to the Mecum Auto Auction in January in Florida. And I just want to know if you or your car experts have had any experience buying from the auction. I'm going in as a bidder.
I've never heard of that particular auction. You know, I heard of Barrett and all the others, but who is this one? Do you guys
they're
know
up there
about
with
it?
Barrett. Oh yeah, Meekham's up there with the rest of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, guys, do you have any thoughts on the auto auctions? I do.
Well, I've never heard a problem with Meekum or any of the biggies.
See, no, they have these flawless transactions. That's not going to be where your problem is. But they're not big on disclosure. They don't have to be. And in fact, they don't want to be. They don't want to be responsible at all. So what do you do about checking out what you're bidding on, sir? That's what I want to know.
Well, I have to go look at them when they're on the display floor.
That's right.
And that's about all you can. Maybe if you look on Carfax, if you could, get on the computer and check it out ahead of time.
Now, cosmetically, they're very honest, circle everything and try to show you every flaw. The problem is they don't know a lot necessarily about the car when it comes to mechanically. Now, what year, what vintage, what make, what model, what are you looking at?
Well, I was looking at possibly a late model vehicle, nothing specific sedan or maybe an SUV. I thought it was going to be a good deal. I could take a flyer on it. My only other concern was trying to get it smog approved here in Colorado. I do have a backup plan. My son lives out in Montrose, so maybe I could get it registered through him, through Montrose.
Well, I want to ask you something. Do you know the make, model, or whatever you want, or that you would prefer?
I would prefer a Toyota, because I like the reliability of a Toyota. Maybe an Acura, maybe.
You like Japanese cars?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seems like you're taking a big risk for not a lot of savings, though.
Right. Why do you think you're going to get a good deal? Most auctions don't sell for any cheaper than, in fact, sometimes more than negotiating good deals on the outside. But why do you feel this Meacham auction might present deals for you?
Well, it's going to be over 2,000 cars, so you have a smorgasbord of a bunch of vehicles over almost a week. It was one of their larger auctions.
You do have a wonderful selection.
Thought,
it depends on who goes.
That was
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, that was my main attraction to it, was you'd have such a variety. And it may be something there that would catch my eye. Maybe a Corvette from the 90s or 2000.
Okay. You want to go for fun, and then you might get a deal, but you're not going to be stupid about it just because I get it. That's cool. I did that one time for motorhomes.
Value.
I did that one time for motorhomes, And here's what I found. If consumers are let in there at all, it sucks. If you go with a dealer, dealers tend to be more sensible when it comes to bidding. But when they're public auctions, guys, do you feel the same way? If the dealer auctions work a lot differently than public?
Most definitely.
Yeah. You'll get much better deals at a dealer auction because dealers don't get stupid. Now, what's really bad, and they don't like it, is when a dealer brings a friend who secretly wants it, and that's what they did with me, because a dealer won't pay what a consumer will, and the dealer I'm with wouldn't pay it either, but they know that I want it, so it's really cheating, kind of. Is this when you're going to a dealer auction?
No, it's open to the public. You just have to sign up as a bidder. So, although you could probably go in as a dealer, and because they don't ask.
Dealers won't go to. Usually, they might, but dealers usually don't want to mess with public auctions. I mean, they are public auctions, but what I mean is they don't usually want to compete with consumers. Consumers are stupid when because I don't mean stupid in a bad way. If they find something they like I found a motorhome that I was perfectly willing to pay a certain amount of money on, and it was a giant savings, but for a dealer it wasn't, because the dealer wanted to make the spread. So it's kind of unfair if you go to a dealer auction as a consumer in your mind, or if you go as a dealer and you want it for yourself. But they do it all the time. So good luck to you, man. I mean, if you're asking what to do, that Meacham, these guys say is a great name, and they've been around, so that the transaction will be handled properly. I think you just have to do your due diligence. And if you get a good enough price, remember, you have a number of things to talk about. The price versus the condition, and then the shipping. To ship a vehicle properly is going to be up to $3,000.
No, see, I was thinking of driving it back.
Oh,
Colorado.
well, then you don't have, if that's what you want to do. So, I mean, you can do that. And guys, when you talk about auctions, do they ever let people check how much can you check a car out? I've not been to one of these.
Each auction is different. The ones east of town, you could drive them like in the parking lot, but you can't take them out on the road and drive. You can hook scanners to them, pull codes, different things.
You can.
Each one's different. Each one has different rules. So you gotta see what they will allow, but some do allow minor checkups.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how many small-time dealers I know that they picked up a car at auction, find out that it needs repairs.
Yep.
They look to take it back. I've even had some of them, hey, just put a Band-Aid on this thing. It's just got to roll the 25 feet through the auction house so I can get rid of it.
Yep. So you got to be careful.
That's right. Auctions are where a lot of junk goes too. Because listen, most cars, if they can be sold retail, they're going to be sold retail. But listen, Robert, like I said, the question is that auction doesn't bring up any red flags. That's the good news. Would you do us a favor and let us know what you get?
I will.
No, I would love to follow up on stuff like this. Patrick, you want to talk about purchasing a pickup truck? Go ahead, Patrick.
Hey, Tom, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just wondering if guys might be able to give me some general advice if I give them some parameters on a vehicle.
Go ahead.
So I'm in the market for a new work truck, and excuse me, looking for a 3/4 ton gas, maybe 2020 or newer, partial to GM, would buy the right Ford, refuse to buy a Dodge. So with those parameters, anything you would guide me towards or warn me against?
Well, the F-150 is like the standard. I don't mean it's the best looking or the best. I mean, people just, guys, am I wrong on that, Kevin and Jeff? Isn't that still the number one vehicle in the world?
Well, yeah, they have some great fleet deals for, it's one of the reasons why they sell them the way they do. As far as the Ford's concerned, if you're dealing with the 10-speed, if it hasn't already had a transmission, then plan on putting one in.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the 10-speed's fallen on its face all over.
At what mileage?
I've seen them as low as 37,000 miles. But it's got what's called a CDF drum, and it spins out a bushing inside there. It's a problem with every last one of them.
No Ford 10-speed.
What
And
would
again,
you
Tom,
guys
that
get? If you
150
no, these guys work on them all the time. Okay, Jeff, if you were going to buy a 3/4 ton gasoline pickup, what would you buy?
What are you hauling, pulling? What are you going to do with it?
It's going to be loaded down with tools.
I mean, I'm preferable to Chevy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I generally am too. So, but in that time frame, 2020 and newer, anything that's particularly troublesome, bothering, this thing's been recalled a lot. This thing, you see them in your shop a lot. Anything like that?
Well, the 8-speed Chevy had a very similar problem as the 10-speed Fords. They're a
All right, take a break when you can, buddy.
class action lawsuit on that one right now. So I would veer away from the 8-speed.
And they're also having issues with a few of the motors in those years too.
All right. I got to take this break, but if you had a specific question, you can hang. We're going to move on. 303-713-8255.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good lunch hour drive out here for us. Got a few slow spots, but really no major difficulties. There's a crash westbound 70 at Peoria. It's kind of off to the side. It is slowing a little bit. Ahead of that, kind of heavy from Colorado coming into I-25, and 270 is running a little busy also out of Commerce City, mainly through Vasquez. I-70 eastbound between Tower and E-470. Got some construction that's backing up traffic a little bit. 225 back to normal after an earlier crash just south of Parker. No delays there out of Aurora. And I-25 just a little congested coming through downtown. That's a look at your drive.
Once upon a time, I was in an exclusive cult run by powerful elites. That cult was Hollywood. I escaped and created Red Pilled America, a storytelling show that tells the stories Tinseltown ignores. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, and if you are looking for advice in retirement, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies are people who do advice for retirement from the time you're in your 30s and 40s all the way through your 60s and 70s. They try to shore up your plan, your nest egg, help you grow it, help you keep it safe, get you in a variety of different things like estate planning. If you have a business succession plan. If you have number of heirs, get you into, of course, all of the estate planning. And here's what they do. They're your quarterbacks for your retirement. You should call and ask them exactly what they can do for you. It's a little hard to explain when you talk about Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. And, of course, they have an eye on income when you are retiring. So call them or go to their website, rpcenter.com. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211.
He was a magnet for all the issues.
So the body shop.
That poor damn guy. Can you imagine?
Deputy Bo. Doc took it. Okay. And then Meacham Auto. He just wanted an opinion. Okay.
These guys could justify it, They think they're smarter than everybody. Right. I bought this 20,000 back. Look. There's a reason. Huh.
Did you get a good deal?
$180. I sold it to the junkyard for $650.
$180.
Red microbus, just like in the movies. What they drive.
Yeah, you mean a Volkswagen?
It's a van.
Okay.
From the 70s.
I had a
Good
Volkswagen
afternoon.
van.
Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Yeah, they even brought back
Absolutely
that Volkswagen
not.
bus again.
You still are
an
talking
electric
through
version.
tube.
Oh, I saw a picture of that. Looks kind of cool.
They never look cool. I hated those things.
I always hated those things. The worst part about it is it's hippies and peace, love, and the ecology and all this, and it's the stinkiest running car on the road. It's that VW bus. That is the most polluting thing they've ever
Hey, you better watch it.
But the
Well, did you see they came out with an electric version of the thing?
Oh, now?
Yep.
thing they did?
No,
Yeah,
of the
that's the one I
bus.
saw.
The bus, I mean.
The bus,
Yeah.
still fooling with it. I love it.
Oh, you eat your pizzas like Tom does.
Yep. I was about 45 pounds.
Huh.
See, I know about oil changes at least. I know you need to get your oil changed.
How often?
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Whenever my husband says we need to get the oil changed.
Okay. That works.
Yep. But in my defense, if I needed to make a souffle, he would ask me questions about that.
Yeah.
You know? So, I got that going.
Ten seconds here, Tom.
All right. Callfuller.com.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Donald wants to talk about oil changes. 2024 Ford F-250. Go ahead, man. What's going on, Donald?
Hey, I just bought a new truck after driving my truck for 25 years, and used to be like 3,000 miles. You change your oil, and now it's like 8,000 miles to oil change, and I'm only about 2,500 miles into it, so I was going to see what Kevin's opinion is on oil changes.
Yeah, Kevin and Jeff, by the way, because you know what?
Yep.
A lot of people are taken aback a bit by the intervals in oil change recommendations nowadays, along with recommendations on transmissions that'll sock you. But what about it, guys? What do they recommend, Donald? Did you say on that one? On the 2024, you have a Ford 250?
Yeah, it's saying 8,000 miles to my first oil change.
And then what do they say after that?
Roughly about the same, about 8,000 miles between oil changes.
I do 10 right now on my Beamer. I did, it was hard for me to do that, but in 10,000 miles, it sees nowhere. I mean, Kevin and you guys with the new synthetics and stuff, what do you think?
I think 8 to 10 is still too far. For the cost involved in replacing an engine and the cost involved in the maintenance, I go 5 to 7 depending on how you're driving. If it's highway, I'll go 7. If it's in town, I'll go 5. I just don't think it's worth it.
I'm the
Even
same
with synthetics and semi-synthetics.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And quite frankly, some of the biggest things you can do is make sure you're using a good quality brand oil when you do change it. And even more importantly, go to the higher end oil filters. The lower ends, they do break down.
When did you buy it, Donald?
September 4th.
Oh, man. Can I ask how much? Was it loaded?
No, it's an XLT. It's it was cheaper than buying an F-150 with the stuff I needed for it.
What?
So, XLT was way cheaper on an F-250 for what I want to tow and what I want to haul than getting a F-150.
Well, since we don't know who you are, your last name or anything, tell us how much it cost you.
Out the door, I was 55.
That's not bad at all for that. That's an F-250.
I could thank my
what
wife
would a
for
150? What would an F-150 have cost with the same stuff?
It would probably out the door. It'd probably be about 55 to 49,000.
Well, it would be the same then. You're saying they're both the same?
Pretty damn close.
Guys, does that surprise you that the 150 and 250 are about the same?
Probably both gas burners, I'm guessing.
Yeah, both gas
Yes.
burners.
Yeah. No, that'd be about right.
That's where they are. Yeah.
So what's the benefit of the 250? It's heavier. That's it.
Yeah, you got a higher weight capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Is the same look?
No, they're different.
Okay. What color did you get?
Got like a gun barrel gray or something like that they call it.
Okay.
With a blackout package. It's a nice looking truck.
Yeah.
It's just
service
intervals.
They're saying that I hear the consensus 5,000 miles. People are texting me the same thing. They're saying they.
So real quick, do you think like the first oil change, like a break-in period, do you think I should change it at 3,000 or should I wait till 5?
No, you can go to 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Donald.
All right.
303-713-8255.
Look at that. Thank you.
I shocked you.
Just a little bit.
Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Traffic is moving well all throughout the Denver metro area. It is a little slow going on northbound I-25 from Alameda into downtown. You're moving at about 32 miles an hour. Also on westbound I-70, there's a pocket of slowing from Colorado to Washington. Westbound I-70 also slow back around Peoria. That's due to an earlier crash that was cleared from the right lane. There are still some delays back to I-225. And there is an accident on Iliff Avenue at Lima Street, causing delays at that intersection.
Once upon a time, I was in an exclusive cult run by powerful elites. That cult was Hollywood. I escaped and created Red Pilled America, a storytelling show that tells the stories Tinseltown ignores. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app.
DenverRegen.com. If you're looking for hair restoration that really works, they do it. And really, it's a fraction of the cost compared to other places. I know that. I shopped around. I've used Denver Regen. I've also used them and recommended them for weight loss drugs at a deal. I mean, I swear to you, starting at $295 a month for the best prices I could find overall, with doctor's visits and everything, all doctor's consultations all wrapped up into one program. As you go into the holidays, you want to check it out. Denver Regen, REGEN, DenverRegen.com.
In high gear? So it's vibrating. Okay, what's your first name?
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
There's a a survey on one of the sites that said top 50 places to live in the United States. Colorado Springs was 3, Denver was 9, and Boulder was 19. So out of the top 20 places, the Denver metro area or Colorado has 3 of the top 20.
For what did you say it was?
There's the best places to live, according to this survey.
Wow.
I wonder who the hell they're surveying.
Yeah.
Probably the homeless.
So Springs was 3 and Denver was 9.
That sounds stupid to me.
Who did the survey?
At this point.
It doesn't say something about the Denver Chamber of Commerce. No, I don't know who.
There's always something. He's working on something. Oh, really?
That's how your brain stays. So people start sitting.
What happened with CenturyLink? So I got you here. Okay.
Do you have a menu price for differential services?
Depends, you know, it's tough with some of these cars, you know. But yeah, typically. I don't know what my service writer plugs in.
I got a guy complaining right now that 325 is too high.
For what?
For F250.
To do
just pull off that rear cover, clean it.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, he thinks it's too high.
Oh, okay.
This is after he approved it. We did other work on it, but he requested a diff service. I told him, okay, not a problem. And now the customer says he's coming back. He wants to talk to you about the price on the diff service. Whatever.
Well, he probably called Grease Monkey and they told him $89.95.
I doubt they'd even do it.
10 seconds, Tom.
Station 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So Truman wants to talk about good vibrations. Not necessarily. They're high gear vibrations. Let's talk about it. Truman, what's happening on the Truman Show?
Yeah, I wish I was getting that royalty. Yeah, when I'm driving down the highway, get to about 60 miles an hour, I'll feel a vibration. It feels like it's in the transmission.
And this is a 2018 Chevy Silverado, right?
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
And about it'll quit, and then about every 300 yards, it'll do it.
Well, yours is the 8-speed, I'm assuming?
What's that?
Yours is the 8-speed?
Yes.
Yeah. So they have a lot of problems with the torque converter on there. They're known for shutter issues. They actually had TSPs on them, changing out to a different type of fluid. But over time, or if it's gone on too long for too many miles, it can burn the converter up itself, and then you're looking at getting into that transmission.
Okay, if you didn't burn it up, what it would take to fix it?
You literally want to completely flush out all the original fluid, and you want to change it with the Mobile One Blue label.
Okay, yeah, because I only have 39,000 miles on it, so.
Yeah, so there's a good possibility you're feeling torque converter shutter.
Why is that on a new truck? Why would that happen? Or
the fluid they used from the factory was not sufficient, and so they had repeated problems with them.
Wow.
Okay. So it's Mobile Blue, you said?
Yeah, it's the Blue LV.
And
okay.
So, do all of them do that?
On the 8-speeds, yeah. There was a TSB on all of them, so that when they came into the dealerships, they were flushing all of these trucks.
Wow. Well, at least you found out, Truman, before any harm, right? Let us know how it goes.
All righty.
All right, man.
I will. Thank you
Those
very
are
much.
beautiful. Those are beautiful trucks. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK. Another hour to go, so stick around for more fun and games.
Is Colorado Petroleum for anything?
Say if the guy that bought the pizza doesn't care if the pizza box is open.
Wes isn't there anymore.
I know.
Pete. So, but
okay.
Pete Fisher. But yeah, that's our bulk fluid, and my GLS5. What else? I get my.
You should be very proud of me. I mean, I learned a lot today.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, because we've been using the LV for stuff. I've never tried the mobile one.
Still sounds stupid.
For the 8 speeds? Yeah.
Know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Oh, I think my wife Pocket called me.
Oh.
Because people freak out when you tell them how much it is.
I love the mobile one.
Yeah, it's only 15 quarts at $30.
It's cold in here.
Your face is cold in here.
Okay.
Quite frankly, I've just been buying that mobile one from Amazon.
Really? Yeah. Ford dealer this morning tried to run our credit card for the parts we got yesterday.
What's that again? I'm sorry?
Our Ford dealer ran our credit card for the parts we got yesterday, which is the way they do it. They just keep it on file. Well, they locked up my account now because they tried to clear it for over $1 million.
Oops.
It's like, thanks, guys. That was the invoice number. She just put the invoice number in for the dollar amount and back and forth. You know, she called me up and says, "We have a problem. Your credit card didn't clear." And I'm like, "What?" And I just got a message, like 7:30 this morning. It's like, wait, you ran it for $1 million. What's wrong with you? No, Capital One still hasn't unlocked it. I told him I do not want it replaced. Thank you very much. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that Amazon can sell that for so much less, does it?
Mm-hmm. Well, we've caught.
All the parts places are 12, 13, 15 bucks a quart. They're 9.
Well, hell, one of our main vendors, they also have an Amazon and presence, and or eBay rather. And I've started checking them against it because I sometimes get the parts cheaper on their eBay site than I can get them direct from them. Or they'll tell me it's out of stock, but on eBay they show 30 in inventory.
We ran into that with Luke clutches because import place, on Mapan. What was that? They're not there anymore. But they were the distributor for Luke.
Right.
And
they were one of the distributors.
One of the distributors, but they were the online distributor.
Testing? Okay.
So I could buy it online and have it shipped to me from him, and it was like $40 cheaper than if I bought it from him. But
Western Automotive
they were
Warehouse.
putting his address on
WAWD.
WAWD,
Yeah.
Rick.
Thank you, bro.
But they were putting his return address on the label. That's how I figured it out. It's like, dude, what are you guys? I got no control over that. Yeah, that's a Luke thing. They can't say no. It's Luke's deal.
You think she's just counting down the days going, God, I don't want to answer any more stupid questions about this guy.
I would be.
I mean, because you can't quit at this point. You got a month and a half left. 2 months left, so. Especially after the pardon. It's got to be terrible. Ten seconds.
Martino gives great advice.
Ryan Schuling.
Ryan has strong opinions, and I like that.
Dan Kaplis.
And Kaplis, he keeps fighting the good fight.
On Denver's talk station.
The station I keep it on.
630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here with the gang on Car Day, helping you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and maybe give you a better ride. So many people have issues they want to talk about. And somebody texted, speaking of rides, how much difference does it make on a ride of a car to have your tires, changed? Like, for example, what they're asking is, do the type of tire and the price you pay, the quality of tire, make a difference?
100%. Yeah, you get the low profile, and it's a rough ride. Cheap tires ride like cheap tires. They just don't balance well.
Low profile aren't necessarily cheap.
No. I meant cheap, and then the low profile are just very, very tough on the ride.
Now,
good handling and
cheap
turning.
Tires, seriously, if you have a tire and it's the same size,
yep,
and one's cheaper and one's more expensive, come on.
Not just based on that, but there's some very, very cheap tires out there that you cannot get a smooth ride.
What makes them a bad ride?
Just quality of construction.
Come on, really?
Seriously, yeah.
Okay. What about installation and balancing and all that?
Well, everything being equal, it's still a better tire is going to ride better.
Okay. I mean, give me an idea of types of tires that would ride better or worse. Are snow tires notoriously better or worse?
Well, snow tires are going to, they're made just for that. They're a softer compound, so you actually get a better grip on the snow. But if you're using that on the pavement, it's going to wear out significantly faster.
Yeah, it'll wear out significantly faster, but what about the ride?
The ride will be pretty mushy in all actuality.
A lot of times it will.
Not great, you mean?
No, they'll still be good, but I mean, you're not going to, if you were using those all throughout the year, you're going to get less efficient fuel economy, and you're going to wear them out faster.
Right, because they're snow tires. So
right.
Basically all-weather tires are not really efficient in any one.
No, they're meant to be an all-around so that you don't have to be swapping them out. And Colorado changed it a while ago where the tire actually has to be labeled for that all-weather.
What do you mean? If it's not, what happens?
They have in order to be sold here in Colorado, they had to be a certain construction and they had to be labeled so that you could bring them in here, similar to what they did with our muffler or catalytic converters.
It has that little snowflake label.
Yeah,
on the side,
mud and snow
Mud and
rating
snow,
as well as
exactly.
MS
Yeah,
on it.
and
Yep.
CSP will give you a ticket if you're caught without one. up
Blocking
on I-70.
traffic.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Truman, we were talking about his, what he thought of as far as on the highway. He feels this shudder. And we talked about, do you have anything else, Truman, or did we cover it? Oh, no, he's off. Okay, good. I thought so. 303-713-8255. So if you had to think of vehicles that inherently have problems like that, where as soon as you get it, you got to do this or you got to do that. Like you said, you got to flush this out or you got to do this. Are there a lot of those cars that you've made note of? I think it would be a good idea to put together a list, some kind of master list on if you buy this, do this. Do you know what I'm saying? I really mean that. If you buy this, do this. What do you think? Are there a lot of tips that you could come up with if you really put your mind to it?
Well, you can probably go through any vehicle and come up with a list like that. That's the reason why you see TSBs and recalls. It's a matter of, for Chevy on the 8-speed, it's had to do with the...
Not necessarily like that flushing thing. Was that a recall or a TSB?
That was a TSB.
Oh, it was. Okay. So do people check TSBs when they buy a car?
They haven't called me to ask for any, so I don't think so. But I can.
The Carfax doesn't talk about that, does it?
No, Carfax won't talk about that. I mean, if I pull up, for example, that 18 Chevy that we were just talking about, and I go to ProDemand and I go on the list here, I can count easily over, just going through it real quick, 150 different TSBs on that truck.
All right. So basically, I got another question here from somebody who doesn't want to call, but they have a 2000, where is it? Okay. A 2011 Ford Ranger. Sometimes when I turn the key to start, it'll turn over, but not start. Well, then it doesn't turn over. It cranks, I think is what he means. Well, yeah, it turns over. I get it. It turns around, but it doesn't start. And then I'll turn it back to the off position. When I turn it on again to start, it fires up. What would that be? So, in other words, it's a 2011 Ford Ranger. He goes, yeah.
It could be a fuel pump prime.
And he does it again, and it starts after he turns it off.
Yeah, he's priming the pump on the first crank, and then it'll start on the second. He could have a weak fuel pump.
Well, even if he's priming the pump on the first one, why doesn't it start after it's primed? Why does he have
Well,
to
it does. He says it starts after the second time.
Yeah, but why does he have to turn it off to turn it back on to start? Why?
Because that's the first 5 seconds of the crank primes the fuel pump, cycles the fuel pump.
Okay, so if he left it on for 10 seconds, wouldn't it start?
It only goes, it's a relay that'll go 5 seconds and shuts off. So if he cycles the key.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that literally, you have a cutoff on those? I know.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't leave the key on and the pump won't keep pumping.
It won't.
Yeah, you
so,
burn it
so
up.
if you leave the key on and start cranking a car, there are some cars that'll stop you from cranking.
No. When you first turn the key on, it's going to basically charge the fuel system.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to pressurize it. So that fuel pump comes on for about 5 seconds, and then it shuts off. If you've got a weak system already, that might not be sufficient in order to create enough pressure for the pop-off injector. So you cycle it again, and now you've boosted up your pressure where it'll fire.
Okay. It has nothing to do with the cranking.
No.
It has to do with the electric. Is the fuel pump electric?
Yes.
So when you turn the key on before you start it, your pump is pumping.
Yeah, and if you stick your head out, most of the time in most vehicles, you can actually hear that pump cycling.
So in my car, where I don't turn anything on, I just sit in it and press a button if the fob's in my pocket or whatever. So it's a proximity key. So I sit in there and press the button. What's going on? Is it priming at the same time it's starting?
It probably will. You'll notice it even when you push the button. There's a momentary delay, so it's still going to cycle that pump.
Actually, sometimes I've noticed, wait a minute. Sometimes I notice when I walk up and sit in the car, I hear things starting. So does the key signal the car to get going, to start?
On some it does. It's proximity. It sees you coming. Yep.
Okay. I thought about that, where I heard things happening. And something
It's
else.
it's waking up modules.
Yeah. I've never realized that. And then a lot of times, I can't tell you how many times I walk away from my car after turning it off. Somebody says, "Sir, you left your car running." And I didn't, but it's going inside the engine. You hear, it's some fans. I mean, cars often do that, right, nowadays? Or is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What is it doing? Cooling down?
Yeah, it's still cooling off. So you've got an electric fan on there, and it's going to continue to cycle until it reaches a desired temperature.
Okay. So it doesn't just shut off. I mean, some cars do, right? I mean, I guess the newer the cars, the more crazy crap they have to do as far as cycling and waking up modules. But I did realize that. So when I'm approaching my car, I do notice things happening. Like, well, first of all, I hear a little click, and then I hear the mirrors come out. But so what it's doing is getting ready for you to enter. And then what is the other thing that cars, the remote starts? What do they do? Do they wake up modules first and prime and do all that, or how? Yeah,
and in the case of diesels, if it's cold outside, it's going to cycle the glow plugs. But yeah, they're doing the exact same thing you are when you turn the key.
Okay, and as far as cars that have buttons, do they all? I don't think I have a key. Do they have keys somewhere? A keyhole somewhere?
Some do. It just depends. I mean, you can pull the fob apart. There may be an emergency key or something.
Yeah, particularly for the door.
I know there's a key, the key in the fob, but there's no place to put the key in the car, except in the glove compartment. No. And in the right? There's no place. There's no ignition, so to speak.
Yeah. On some models, I believe you're right.
Yeah,
you can pop the button off, and there's actually an ignition key.
Okay. Now, I know on Mercedes, they had something you could just, that's right, you could pop it off, and the key, the button fit in the keyhole. And it was like, and you could either press it or pull it out and use a key and turn it. But I don't know if that's like that on most cars or a lot of cars. In fact, my button isn't even on where the key would be. My button is over on the side now. I mean, most buttons can be anywhere, right? I mean, so to be honest with you, I wouldn't know. I never even thought of it. If I pressed the button and it didn't do anything, or where there is no keyhole that I know of. Oh, here's another thing that one time we had a car that had a battery out, and so the fob wouldn't open it, right? And I said, well, how do you open it? And so I took the key out of the fob, but then there's no apparent keyhole on the doors, right? Have you ever noticed this, guys?
Mm-hmm.
And do you know?
Yeah, you just pop the little corner of the door handle off.
Yeah, there's a freaking plastic thing you got to pop off, and there's a hidden keyhole. I mean, it's crazy the way in their efforts to make everything so streamlined. Now, with my kid's Tesla, you walk up to it. If you got the card or the phone thing, it opens. It opens. I mean, you don't do anything. You open it, get in, and press the pedal because you have that black card on you. But that's weird because I often wondered what happens if something goes wrong with that system, if your card's not working. I just don't know how you would. There's no place to put a key in a Tesla, is there? I mean, there's no key. They don't even make a key. I don't know of any keys. Do you guys know enough about Teslas? I guess if Mark was there, I could ask him. Now, my son's Tesla, I don't believe we own a key anywhere. So there's no place to stick it in. So there's a black card, and then you can program more cards if you want to have other people have a card, or you can put an app on your phone. And I'm wondering how long it's going to take for people to hack those to where they can take it and steal a car. I don't know. To me, it's probably more secure than a key. Even though people talk about hacking, I have to believe it's such an encrypted code. It would be like getting a Bitcoin wallet in order to start one of those Teslas. But I know I'm talking witchcraft to you guys because you guys are gearheads. And by the way, do you have anybody in your shops that are learning electric cars?
Yeah, we take classes all the time as they come up.
But Kevin, you might be on a beach long before that happens.
I might be, but the business may still be there mailing me checks every month. Who knows?
That's true. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255.
It's that holiday time of year. Give the gift of hearing to you or a loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today. Audient Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audienthearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com. Hurry, don't miss Audient Hearing's Christmas sale live, now through December 15th.
All right, so let's talk about K&H Home Solutions again, and I want to talk about these windows. When I say they're made in Colorado, I mean it, right here in Colorado. That means they're filled with gas here in Colorado. There's no gas escaping because it comes to a higher altitude. We're talking about the insulating gases. We're talking about a thermally insulated thermal frame, too, a fiberglass frame, I should say. And then the IGU is the insulated glass unit. Now, Alpine Windows, I want you to look them up. They're unbelievable windows. And K&H Home Solutions, one of the oldest companies in all of Colorado for home improvements, is the exclusive dealer for these windows. Of course, they have other lines of windows. But if you're looking for something that's durable, energy efficient, and beautiful, KHWindows.com is the place to go. K&H Home Solutions, 303-421-7100. That's 421-7100. What do I love about Zero Res? Nothing. What I mean by that, I love saying that. What I love is the nothingness of their water. Just purified, softened water. Yeah, maybe a little alkaline base, but an alkaline emphasis because it's the best cleaning agent in all of nature. It can get in and take out pathogens, allergens, and all the stuff from previous cleanings and leave your carpet sterile. They'll leave your house smelling better, too, because there is no smell. In fact, the indoor air quality is better because of it. Zero Res Denver means health and cleanliness, both. See, that's why I love it. As I said, if you're going to take the time to do the supplements and the exercising and all that, get the crap out of your house. ZeroResDenver.com. They do 3 rooms starting at around $33, and they have duct cleaning, tile and grout cleaning. They do upholstery, mattresses. Get them on your side. Get them to your home. ZeroResDenver.com. 303-471-5150. Don't use anyone else. Seriously, 303-471-5150.
Screw it. No.
I don't know if they had. So it's what, secondary manslaughter?
I have no idea what the other charges are, but if you think you could have won on the manslaughter charge, that's what you brought. Now you can't just drop it and go, oh, my bad, I want to go. No.
Done it in the first place, which is why they're dropping it. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Okay. What's your name, sir? Okay, Bennett. And
hi, Bennett.
Your wife is having issues with State Farm? Is this car or home related? Okay, home owner's insurance.
Right. So
all right.
Really...
Hang on for me. You do know this Bennett died, right?
You did?
Yeah.
This
is the first one.
Tape anything down and fucking like I thought I was gonna electrocute everybody. I'm like, this is great fun.
Yeah. Bennett, oh, that's right. I think I recall hearing something about that. Oh.
This is a new one.
That's a new Bennett. New Bennett.
They didn't catch me.
Well, I'm gonna get rid of it. Can I start consolidating this?
Which one? Here's our team. Scrub. Smite. Killer.
There was a movie.
Oh, yeah, that was so sad. He's very bummed out.
Yeah. I feel more for Bennett than I do for the United Healthcare CEO.
but I still, you can't kill some.
Oh, wait, come here. Prepare yourself. Come here. Come here.
Oh, God.
Just in.
Oh, God.
You're not prepared. No, you're not. I told you you weren't prepared. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. 10 seconds, guys.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here at 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. B, your turn. What's going on with you, B?
I just have a quick question, Tom. I am going to be getting a revocable trust.
Yes.
And I want to know if I can drop my liability limits on my auto policy, drop my umbrella, and drop just my liability limits on my auto policy and my homeowner's policy, since I don't own anything anymore.
Okay, hold on now. Because you don't own anything is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, so your theory is there's not much they can come after because stuff is in your trust. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, no, that's not so if they are revocable.
Okay.
A revocable trust is set up for convenience, and you can be ordered to dissolve those.
Really?
Yeah. An irrevocable
so
trust.
To go irrevocable?
An irrevocable trust is a different story. That's right. And then there are, but
so
even
if I had an irrevocable trust, could I drop my liability limits to, not state minimums, but I don't need to carry $1 million worth of coverage?
Well, you're assuming then, now listen carefully, you're assuming there's nothing they can take from you. If you literally have nothing they can go after, yes, you could drop limits a lot. But I want to ask you something, B. This is really important. On your trust, though, I wanted to get an answer for you if I can quickly get maybe Dan McKenzie on, because there is something about a trust that people do offshore for a reason, too. Now, offshore, because here's the problem. Irrevocable trusts, I believe, still have some weaknesses, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. And the reason I say that is because there's a reason they do offshore trusts. And offshore trusts are trusts that cannot be forced open. So anyway, here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to ask Kachina, can you get Dan McKenzie on real quick for a quick question on an irrevocable trust?
She's working on it.
Okay, good. Hold on. We'll come right back to you. Bennett, what's going on with you, Bennett? Welcome. What's happening?
My wife has State Farm condo insurance. She made 2 claims. Both were due to hail. One was for the shingles that got submitted. The other one was a little bit of water damage.
On a condo, she made a roof claim?
Yes.
On a condo, or was it a townhome?
No, it's a condo.
Well, how do you make a roof claim on a condo? Normally that's the HOA that does that.
Well, the HOA paid for it, but it was put in through her insurance.
Well, that doesn't make sense to me. So help me understand this, Bennett. Your wife had a condo. How many condos were in this building?
a good number. I'm not exactly sure
Okay.
how many, but
So let me get this straight then. What happened probably, correct me if I'm wrong, there was a roof damage, there was a big deductible, or the insurance didn't pay all of it, and then they put assessments against the owners, your wife, one of them, and she took that assessment and had her insurance pay it.
yes, I think that's what happened.
That's the only way it's going to pay for a roof. So that's called loss damage. Yeah, it's a loss assessment coverage. So she put in a claim for her lost assessment coverage, and what happened?
Everything got covered on that. That was fine. She also put another claim in after that for some water damage that was inside in
Okay,
a
so
closet.
she'll definitely be canceled.
Okay, and then no one else can pick us up.
Well, God, you know
how
what?
that works? There's like
No, you can go to a high risk.
5-year water.
Well, you'll get insurance. You're just going to pay out the nose.
Okay.
So were you told you can no longer get insurance? That's not true.
Well, not necessarily, but all the companies she's called so far say, no, we can't do
That's
that.
right.
There's this
If you had
5-year
two claims in 5 years, they don't want you. I suggest you got to find a high risk.
We didn't even go through with the claim, though. The second claim
I know. That's
wasn't
what's
even
crazy.
billed.
That's what's crazy about it, Bennett. Just inquiring about it counts against you.
That's messed up.
It's totally messed up. If you had listen to this one. If you called about hail damage on your roof, listen to this carefully, and they came out and found no damage, and half of your neighborhood did not have hail and half did, so there was no damage and no claim. It counts against you.
Jeez.
Yeah. So listen, man, I would call Compass Insurance Group, and I would say, can you please give me a quote? Because they're good people, and that's what I would do. And they'll find a high risk. It's going to be, for a little while, you're going to have to do that. 303-713-8255. Hold on, Sandy. What is your question on bankruptcy, Sandy?
Hello?
Yes, what's going on?
Yes, I just need to find out. Is a decree for a divorce, the payout for a divorce, if it's a monthly payout, is any of that able to be bankrupted?
No. You can't bankrupt on a divorce decree. It's now it depends on what it is. If it was a credit card obligation or something, you can bankrupt out of those. Yes, you can.
No, it's not that. He's due to get paid monthly, and I just wanted to make sure
did
that
they order that you pay this guy?
Well, it's not done yet, but she's supposed to have to pay him like a monthly amount until the settlement amount that she's supposed to pay is completed.
Yes, she cannot go bankrupt on that.
Okay.
All right.
That's
303. That's too bad, but you know
you.
what? If it's part of the settlement, she's got to pay the settlement. It's contractual. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Denver area highways are moving well for your early Friday afternoon drive. Westbound I-70 is a little slower than usual from I-225 to Peoria due to an earlier crash at Peoria that was cleared from the right lane. Eastbound I-70 also slow from Tower Road to E-470 because of road work. Northbound I-25 is moving at 30 miles an hour from Santa Fe into downtown, and southbound I-25 is about the same speed from 20th Street down to Colfax.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Hunter Biden pardoned. We predicted it 1 year ago that Joe Biden would pardon his son in December. That's exactly what happened.
Plus, Kash Patel is FBI director. What does it mean?
We break it down. Download Verdict with Ted Cruz wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. Vestera Turnkey is having their webinar tomorrow. Go to mybiggestreturn.com to find out how to sign up for it. mybiggestreturn.com. The reason I want you to go there is because you will learn how to be a landlord without the conventional risks or hassles. Now, as with everything, there are always some risks and some hassles, but do they take it out. They take all of it out, or most of it out. It's a wealth building webinar. And let's see, I believe it's at 10 in the morning, so why don't you call, and it's for 45 minutes. So go to mybiggestreturn.com to sign up and find out how to be a landlord through this system where they find the properties for great appreciation, and they also help you get involved with a management company that takes care of the everyday aches and pains, okay? mybiggestreturn.com.
Yes.
Hey guys, morons. I need to know something.
So we missed the dump.
What happened with One Clear Choice garage doors? Because I don't get complaints about these guys. I know they're not cheap, but they do great work. So was there something I need to know about Talib or who else?
You texted him what?
Somebody else said something. Bellatrix?
Oh my God. I understand.
A broken spring would be anywhere from $800 to $1,200, depending on the size. That's for installation and everything. It's the most expensive thing on the door, other than, yeah, it probably is the biggest one element on the door.
All right, bye.
Okay. Oh, I see. Never mind. I misunderstood.
So no, it seems like Shannon did not.
So Sandy, we're done with the bankruptcy question on divorce, and B, we're done with on. Oh no, I was going to get. Can I get Dan McKenzie on for B?
Back yet.
No text back yet. She's trying.
Thanks.
We also have a little bit of a problem that we're also going through.
What is it?
No.
Did you run out of mimosas? What is it?
She did.
Well,
she's starting to sober up. It's terrible.
Jam.
Right.
Mark's working on it. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
No, what is it? Seriously. Oh, never mind.
Yep.
You're talking about the dip.
Old news.
Yep.
Dipstick.
Yep. Now Mark's nervous about it, so we're giving him all the information.
Did you check on it? Did it go out?
Yes.
Are you crapping me?
Nope.
I didn't say it right. It was
correct.
I said dipstick. Yeah.
Not
yes.
you.
Yeah, I know.
Correct.
No, I know. I know. Pieces of.
You didn't Biden that up.
Mm-hmm. Don't push the talk button when you're offline.
So we missed the dump window.
Can that be a big deal? I mean, isn't it silly? It seems. Mistakes.
Yeah,
like that.
no.
I think they get fined for it. I think that's what they worry about.
It's only if anybody
The
can.
Rodecaster.
Right.
So optimize the Shure microphone, the SM to set gain, and then.
But I just look at it like
install.
you don't want it constant, I guess. But every once in a while, somebody makes a mistake.
I'm not using a preamp.
I mean, of all the things.
Microphone
really.
preset, dynamic mic, right?
Because if people file the complaints, they're like, "Did you fucking hear what they said on the radio?" And then they file a complaint.
You can take it out of the
De-esser
podcast,
on, noise gate
right?
on, compressor on.
It's not in the. I don't have commercials in the podcast.
Funny
Thought you guys-
doesn't even know.
We insert.
They basically say to put everything on.
Yeah.
Take out over-the-air commercials, yes. And podcasts have different rules for what can be said and not. So over there, it doesn't really matter so much. The argument could then be made if it's heard on the podcast, then chances it were heard over the air. So if, say, Tom did it on the air
Well, let's hope nobody
in a segment, then the argument, if it was played then in the podcast, the argument can be made that it went over the air. But it's two different feeds.
100% it went out over the air, according to Shannon, because I thought he honestly
10
caught
seconds,
it because
guys.
we were.
Wants to be identified. We're expecting the Daniel Penny verdict Friday. Pray for an acquittal. And a Democrat Colorado State Senator losing funding for her staff because she makes them do chores around her house. How does she still have a job? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, let's talk and find out what we can do for you. Don't have our estate attorney on. I'm still trying to get him, though, dear, so hang on. Mike, you have a question about alignment 2019 Toyota RAV. Go ahead.
Yeah, I called a couple different places, and one says you
Yeah.
do the tire, rotate the tire, and then do the alignment. Another place told me you do the alignment and then rotate the tire, or rotate the tires first and then do the alignment.
Well, it would say,
which
I
comes
would
first?
think, I don't know. I mean, guys, doesn't it seem wise to first rotate,
Yes.
then you do your alignment because you
Yes.
have the new tires on there?
Yeah, you want to align it to the tires. You don't want to move the tires after the alignment.
Oh, okay. So rotate the tires. And
Yeah,
then
whoever's
do
doing the alignment can just rotate them real quick and then do the alignment.
Yeah, no, I was just, somebody said do it the other way. Another guy
I
called,
don't,
but
I don't-
anyhow.
I don't agree.
Yeah,
I
who
wanted to
told?
get
Wait,
some definitive-
that doesn't even make sense. Once you align with tires and put new tires on, in essence, that's what you're doing. You're screwing everything up.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you called.
Yeah.
I'm glad you called. The ultimate authorities here. Anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah.
303-713-8255. So, what's the latest on our state attorney, Kachina?
She's working.
She's working on it. Okay. So, all right. Let's just talk about this then. I'm going to go to my folder here. Deputy Dimitri tells me, Deputy D tells me that according to the internet, there are a lot of people actually sympathizing, possibly. They don't even really know the motive, but they're assuming they know the motive for that shooter against that insurance CEO.
Mm-hmm.
What are they saying? What are they surmising?
Well,
or concluding, or suspecting, or speculating, whatever.
Well, the speculation, and I think it's quite plausible, is that this man had lost a loved one to the insurance company's greed and corruption. And this
United Healthcare had the biggest rejection rate there is in the industry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that. And especially when you consider how his bullets were labeled.
Oh, that
delay,
for sure.
deny, and
come on.
depose.
Yeah, that's...
So this man lost at least one loved one to what he believes
Now,
is their malfeasance.
I don't want to make this sound like we are on board with this. No, I'm serious when I say this. I mean, we're not. It's not a wink, wink, and nobody. Look, nobody deserves to be shot in the back dead. But if you can understand the rage, maybe he lost someone. But the chatter online is disturbingly for him.
It's overwhelmingly in his favor because look at how many people have been wronged by health insurance companies and how many people have lost loved ones to health insurance companies' greed. So this may be an act of righteous retribution, though an illegal shooting, of course.
Right.
So I'm not prepared to condemn this man until I learn more about him and his motivation.
All right. We're trying to get on, as I said, our estate attorney to answer the question on
Well,
trust.
no, that didn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you condemn him just for the shooting, regardless of what
Are you serious?
Well,
Yeah.
I acknowledge that the shooting was illegal.
But you just said you can't condemn him.
You can't
Anybody
condemn
that
him?
shoots somebody in cold blood, you can't condemn.
Are you
I don't
saying?
care what
Wait,
the
wait.
reason is.
I didn't know if D was saying that, or D. Are you saying that's what
He
people
just
are
said
saying?
that.
That's what people are saying, and
But you just
I
said
believe
that.
the same thing.
What do you believe?
I believe that this man lost somebody that was very important to him.
Well, let's say he did.
That doesn't justify murder in cold blood.
That's right. I don't think it does either. Obviously, it doesn't. Are you trying to say, when you say not condemn him, are you saying that? I don't know what you're saying, D. Are you saying that you can understand?
I can
his
understand
rage?
his rage if that's really what drove him to this act.
You're not saying it was right.
I'm not saying it was right. I acknowledge that it was illegal, but I think that
Wait,
there's
wait,
a lot
wait.
more.
Hold on, just wait, Doc.
Don't
Hold
mince
on.
words.
He's not done yet. Hold on. Go ahead. Then you can.
And once, I mean, the facts will come out. This guy's going to get caught. There's video of him without a mask on, and he's going to get caught. And then his story will be available to all of us.
Okay, but
and then
what
we can
in his
sit
story?
in judgment.
Here's what I want to know. But what
But
in his
wait a second, Tom. Dimitri, you're parsing words by saying you admit it's illegal, but you won't say that. How can you even not condemn somebody who shoots somebody in cold blood, regardless of the motivation? He shot him from behind in cold blood. What in God's name can justify that?
Okay,
we're going to find out.
Let's say this. Let's say this, Doc. I don't think D is saying we should go out and kill people we disagree with.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I definitely am against killing people.
Okay. I think what he's saying is we don't know the depth of his motivation. We don't know what drove him. Let's say, now I don't think, by the way, there was something that egregious that could do it. But let's say in another world or in a plot in a movie, there's a guy in the and I don't think this happened, but there's a guy in the insurance business who learns that this procedure should be approved, but it's going to put him over the top and he's not going to get his bonus, and he plots to get this thing denied. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, I think that's what people are doing. They're putting things on this that we don't even know. I think if you read on the internet, they're saying, my sister was turned down one time and she didn't get this and she didn't get that. They're all taking their own personal experience and rage saying, it serves them right. Have you read some of the comments, Doc?
Yeah, but Tom,
I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying it's ever justified.
I
I'm
know
not saying that for sure.
No, I know you're not agreeing with it, and the people who are putting it online are sitting at their computers doing it. They're not looking face to face into his family and friends who just had somebody shot in cold blood.
What about the family and friends of the man that may have lost his loved one or loved ones?
But we don't even know that.
But murder is not the answer, Dimitri. Murder in cold blood from a coward who shot him in the back is not the answer. Put the guy in jail, whatever you want to do.
I didn't say
but you
that's
don't
the
murder
answer,
somebody
Doc. I said
because you don't agree with him.
Doc, I didn't say that was the answer. It certainly is not the answer, but that may be the motivation.
I understand the motivation, but you're saying you can't condemn him. And
Not
I'm
yet.
saying, I don't care what the motivation is, cold-blooded murder by a coward from behind is never to be, it has to be condemned unequivocally.
Doc, when concentration camps were liberated by the Allies, some German guards were literally torn apart to pieces, to death by the prisoners in these camps. Those were all extra-legal executions. Would you condemn those people?
Of course, yes.
Wait
you
a second.
condemn the prisoners for killing the German guards?
No. We wouldn't condemn.
Dimitri,
We would
when
condemn
people can't come up with a good argument, they revert to Nazism.
So why
that always
isn't this
happens.
analogous to the prisoners
It's not
exercising
analogous.
righteous retribution against the German guards in
It is
prison camps?
not. It is not, because he did not personally
Well,
do
we don't
anything
even
to
know.
this
We
person.
don't have any idea. But
He did not do anything personally to this man's family.
How do you know
the corporation might
Well,
have.
I'm thinking
he might.
he
wait, he
probably
might have made a decision, but he did not do something mano a mano to this person's family.
Oh, I agree, but he sets the tone and
guards
the
at
course of
at
the
the
corporation.
camps did.
But Doc, he sets the course of the corporation.
But wait a minute.
You can't. Tom, let me just say one thing.
I
when
agree
people
with you,
don't have
Doc,
an
by the way.
argument,
I don't think there's justification for murder, for God's sakes, okay? I want to make... I'm not sure I'm hearing Dimitri right. I mean, I don't think he's saying there's justification for murder.
He just did. He just said that.
I think he's saying we don't know if there
and I'm
was.
saying it doesn't matter. It does not matter. You can't take the
All right, take a break when you can, buddy.
country in this day and age, and when people can't think of a legitimate argument, they always go back to Nazism.
All right, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Denver area highways are moving well for your early Friday afternoon drive. Westbound I-70 is a little slower than usual from I-225 to Peoria due to an earlier crash at Peoria that was cleared from the right lane. Eastbound I-70 also slow from Tower Road to E-470 because of road work. Northbound I-25 is moving at 30 miles an hour from Santa Fe into downtown, and southbound I-25 is about the same speed from 20th Street down to Colfax.
Once upon a time, I was in an exclusive cult run by powerful elites. That cult was Hollywood. I escaped and created Red Pilled America, a storytelling show that tells the stories Tinseltown ignores. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app.
BecomeTheBanker.org. That's another investment vehicle offered by Certified Financial Planner Joe Ciano. Now, it's overfunding life insurance. Now, some people do it in a big way. Some people start out small. And it's actually one of the places where everyone can get involved in investing because, $200, $250 a month, you take out a life insurance policy, a small one, and then purposely overpay the premium because the excess amount grows tax-free. And then there are ways you borrow against it later in life after accumulating this that can help you pay yourself back even more interest and more money until retirement, and then you borrow on it for the rest of your life. It's really a sneaky annuity. It's Become the Banker, and I want you to find out more. BecomeTheBanker.org, 303-779-6600.
Yes. Like yesterday, the lady, the liquor store ATM thing, and it's just been a wild week. Now we just need Drew to call.
I don't think he's going to be calling again. He's trying to sue.
Mark texted me when I was back there. He wanted me to go visit Drew.
He likes to do
that.
that.
It's back east. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, right, sure. I'll go see Drew.
We'll assign Kevin.
He'll be out there anyway.
And then it turned into capless. And turned
Yep.
So much drama.
What's that?
Love it.
Taxpayer relief.
Oh.
I didn't click it.
It's almost as much fun as the tree trimming lady.
The menu for the taxpayer relief shots just popped up. He wants to know if he should play it next segment.
Like click on a few.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Micah left too many things open here.
Go for it.
Oh,
Wait a minute. That's on Michael Brown's show.
man. Come on.
Daniel Penny chokehold trial
Dismissed.
manslaughter in the second degree has been dismissed.
Wow.
There you go.
The judge dismissed it.
So the judge stepped in and dismissed it?
Maybe because the jury was deadlocked.
Well, yeah, but the prosecutor was going to probably refile unless they decided not to. So they got other lesser charges they're going through now.
Oh, man.
So they dismissed the manslaughter case?
Manslaughter,
Yeah.
What was the second one?
I don't know.
They've got multiple little
Probably some civil rights violation or
kidnapping
something.
and something else, and yeah.
The repercussions of finding him guilty would have been incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would be able to step in and prevent another person from harming somebody.
So now they go to the negligent homicide.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he had the brains to set up this assassination, he has the brains to get out of New York.
Well, yeah, but I still
Right?
don't know. How did he get information as to where that guy would be at 6:30?
There's a sheriff.
Oh, I don't think it's hard to find out where
Well, it was
conferences
an
are.
investors meeting, so
Well, yeah, but still, he's walking, and he's not, coming from the underground garage.
Oh, I think if you called up and said,
You know he's got to be there by
what time
such
does
and
the-
such times. so
yeah,
he
or
can't out
where
and
is
watch.
which hotel is he staying at?
Like the golf course
You're
shooter,
a-
Trump.
I think there are ways to find that out.
No, there's ways to find out, but to
I'm not
stand and
wrong.
wait
You
exactly where
sat
he
out there
comes
for what,
of the
12
hotel
hours?
at
I think they said at the golf course.
No, he was there all night.
So
I understand, but how do you
this
know
guy
where
does the
he's
same
coming
thing.
out
Wait
when he's
until he
coming
sees
out?
him. and then,
You don't. That's why he was there all night.
See,
I
Doc's
guess.
with me. Doc and I are on the same page again for multiple times during the day. Something's wrong. Ten seconds.
Talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. Just tap, record, and send, all within the app.
Get out there and be heard.
To Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, what an exciting day of all kinds of calls, problems, questions, complaints. My goodness gracious. Anyway, I want to remind you who we have on. Kevin Calkin, SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242. Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, and he's at transmissionsdenver.com, 303-693-1400. And we're talking about cars, and I do have a few extra texts here. We've answered this a million times, I think we did, but I'm going to say it again. What does Kevin and Jeff think? What do they think of the they didn't say that, they said about car guys. What do they think of the lifetime transmission sealed units?
Well, as long as you wait until the unit goes down, it's lasted its lifetime. So
No, really, if you owned one, what would you do? What would you do if you owned one from new?
every 3 years, 36,000 miles. Service.
When they say they're sealed, I mean, is it like you can't get in them?
No, you can get in them. They've removed the dipsticks, so you've got to access them from underneath the vehicle. And so your average consumer does not have the ability to check their fluid, add to their fluid, change their fluid.
And some do have internal filters, and that way you just change fluid, but at least change the fluid.
Okay, so you can change the fluid, but the filter you may not be able to.
Correct.
Okay, how important, just talking about that, how important is changing a transmission filter in general?
Well, I mean, the micron rating is going to break down over time, just like your engine oil. You know, you're going to get some debris that's naturally caused in there, and you want to dispose of it.
All right. So anyway, guys, if you have a problem, question, or complaint, you can always call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. And, of course, leave your number and your message, and we'll get back to you. Remember, save all your problems for me. See you guys.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay